going on, everybody? Welcome back to another electric episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick. We got the household with us. The Olympics is going strong. How's everyone's weekend?
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was my weekend?
How
What did
was
we
your
do?
weekend?
What
Wow,
did we do?
I saw a lot of River posts on the stories.
My family was in town.
I watched a lot of River.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick was a stay-at-home dad for the weekend.
Nice.
And we switched roles.
Love that.
Yeah.
You were hosting a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, not really. I kind of feel like oh, no, yeah, that was Friday. What did we do Saturday?
What did we do Saturday?
Oh, I was home all day. Okay. No, yeah. Okay. So I was home all day. And then my sisters were leaving Saturday night. And so they came over and we cooked dinner and we hung out and then they left for the airport. And then Sunday, Nick did stay home with River all day while I went and had a little girls' day in Santa Monica and Brentwood. So
I just watched the Olympics all weekend.
Nice.
Was that the only one?
Are you Team USA?
I'm so Team USA.
Okay.
My patriotism comes out in full force during the Olympics. But that's what I love about the Olympics. Olympics is like this beautiful sport that both like brings out your, I guess, patriotism or loyalty to your country, but at the same time, like allows you to see, the other countries and then the camaraderie between the countries when you see, like there was like this, the Chinese badminton players, they got engaged. When you see like the gymnasts like root for each other, who was the young lady who won the floor for Brazil, and then you had Simone Biles and Jordan Childs take second and third.
Jordan took second and
Simone Biles took second and Jordan took third.
Rebecca Andrade.
Yeah, Rebecca Andrade.
Andrade.
I believe it's Andrade.
It's Andrade.
I was watching the Olympics. I don't think
Nick
it's
was watching.
You were watching the Olympics.
I could be wrong
Nick
though.
heard
I
it.
mean, I'm not one to
Argue with the internet.
How does the internet say it?
ESPN says Andrade.
Says. I don't know how it's spelled.
I'm telling you, it's not. It's Andrade.
Maybe you were watching.
Look at Brett Favre's last name.
You were
and
watching
pronounce it for me.
Favre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or mine. I mean, listen, I could be wrong on the pronunciation.
You
but-
could have been watching
probably
like a
me.
different live stream with like an accent or something. So that's probably it.
I'm probably saying it
The
wrong.
host is
she is
from
also
here.
from
Brazil.
Brazil,
Yeah,
so
so,
there
like,
might be a little
who
bit of an
knows?
accent.
could be
Yeah.
definitely sound different than how it's spelled. Anyways, just the camaraderie between nations. You see, it's both like the patriotism and the appreciation for different cultures and different people, and yet you can come together and still root for each other. It's all the things that seem to be missing in this world today. Like it seems like you still get from the Olympics, and it really like brings you together. And for the all around was great. With Suni Lee, like on her floor competition, that was amazing. After her first, what do you call it? Her first run,
Tumbling pass.
Her tumbling pass, yeah. And then she like landed. She stuck it, and she stuck out her arms, and you could tell the joy of her face. That was such a comeback because before she did that event, she was like in 5th or 6th place, and that was the final event for the all around. And it was so good that she catapulted her way, pun intended, all the way into like a bronze medal. It was incredible.
Aw.
You're such a fan.
Oh, the Olympics is great. Yeah. And then did you, another crazy story.
I was gonna say, are you Team French now
Oh, the guy with the giant cock?
after the pole
God,
vault?
we'll get to that in a second. Hold on. No, but Kristen Faulkner? You don't know who Kristen Faulkner is. Well, let me tell you about Kristen Faulkner. Kristen Faulkner won gold for, I think it's the bicycling, but like the street one. I don't know, like street. I don't know how far they go. She was on a bicycle. She won gold. It's the Olympics. That's all you need to know. But Kristen Faulkner grew up in Alaska.
Road cycling.
Road cycling, thank you. Rode at Harvard, like as in just like a different Olympic sport, like rode a boat, I believe. Then she moved to New York City after school, just like a normal college grad. Just like, you know what? I'm going to graduate from Harvard. I did some sports at university. I'm done with that. No problem. She got a job working as a venture capitalist, working on Wall Street, crushing life. Decided, you know what? I'm only in my 20s. I'm single. I don't know if she's single or not. She's living in New York. I'm going to take a beginner cycling class in Central Park. She started riding every morning at 5 a.m. Started competing at local cycling tournaments. Quit her job, moved to California, won gold.
Damn.
That's incredible.
Wild. Yeah.
Amazing. Did you
Damn.
see the men's Olympic 100-meter final?
That I did not.
Photo finish race.
Oh my God, Nick knows the King Olympics.
He was
I
watching.
I was
He was
watching River watching the Olympics. But it was amazing. Like,
Tell us.
No, seriously, like photo finish, like they literally had to have a photo finish because actually the announcer said that he thought that the Jamaican man, often winners of the 100-meter dash, Usain Bolt,
Yeah, Usain Bolt.
but it ended up being Lyles, I believe, won the gold. He came from behind.
Gotcha.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
I was so into
Sneaky.
it. You guys are, yeah, you're missing out. It was great.
We should petition to have you like recap or comment on the next Olympics.
And then it was and then Shakari, am I saying her name? Shakari Richardson?
Mhm.
She took silver. That was a bit of a bummer. She was supposed to win, but also came back, had not a very good start, but it was raining and they
But
delayed it a
also,
little
she
bit.
came from Tokyo 4 years ago where
Yeah,
she
she
wasn't even able to.
She got screwed
compete.
because all she wants to do is, smoke a little weed, and
Just calm
somehow the Olympic
down.
bullshit committee decided that somehow marijuana is a performance enhancing drug. No, if you can drink alcohol and compete at the Olympics, you should be able to smoke a bowl.
There's also the man from the pedophile, the
Oh,
yeah, the volleyball
that's
player.
That's fucked up. That's so
how
gross.
how is that possible?
Who does he play for?
I
Yeah,
don't
what is up with that?
He's a Dutch beach volleyball.
Yeah, and he
Steven van de Velde.
trigger warnings. He, the 12-year-old,
Yeah.
was convicted
Mm-hmm.
and is now competing at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking crazy. How is there not like that? I mean, I don't. That's a felony, and right?
You would think, but unfortunately, seemingly across the world and the United States is shockingly not. I mean, a lot of people seem to not do the appropriate amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Fucked.
Yeah, that is wild. But to do that and then be able to like play for your country and represent your
yeah.
country,
You
as
couldn't
some-
find another volleyball player.
There's-
Netherlands?
Yeah,
Is he from the Netherlands?
Mm-hmm.
The Dutch are the
Mhm.
Netherlands.
Mhm.
That's always a little confusing.
He served 12 months of punishment in
12
the UK.
months. That's so fucked.
but no one's talking about it at the Olympics, right? Like this isn't.
He was booed, I know. So it's like people that were there knew,
Okay, well,
What
that's
he
a start.
But no, like
and they cheered when he got
commentators
eliminated.
know he got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he get eliminated?
I think because they lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
It said crowd cheers as convicted rapist is eliminated in Olympic beach volleyball.
Fuck
how
that
is
guy.
that a fucking headline?
You know?
How like
Netherlands, what the fuck? Olympic Committee, what the fuck?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the Olympic Committee who's like who's
Well, I mean, both the country and the overall. I mean,
Maybe
a lot of people had to like look the other way or say yes.
maybe it's because he was convicted in the UK versus in the Netherlands.
It's not even disputed whether he did it or
It's
not.
not at all. He
he's like
to
admitted it. Yeah. What the fuck?
And he served time for it, but yeah, I'm assuming maybe it's because but even then exactly what you said. You mean to tell me there's nobody that's that good at
But I
volleyball?
I can't imagine being the
victim?
12-year-old
Yeah.
Seeing
who's
him.
now like, oh my gosh, let's watch the Olympics with my family, and then seeing your on TV. Like that's so fucked.
No, it's sickening.
Oh my god, how did that even happen? How are we here?
Mm.
Oh my god.
Anyways, other than that, which I shouldn't say other than
Yeah.
that is terrible. The Olympics overall has been a joy to watch. I do feel like more people are. I feel like the Paris Olympics, more people are talking about it. I feel like the Tokyo Olympics just kind of came and went. Maybe it was because it was COVID 4 years ago. I don't know, but I feel like more people are paying attention to the Olympics this time.
I think it's the peacock of it
That's
all.
the streaming. You
Yeah,
can
I
watch
was
it
like,
instantly.
The being able to go back and watch events that have happened in the past, not having to DVR and go through 4
YouTube
hours
it.
worth of
Yeah.
footage. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's a game changer.
It's like Taylor Swift is there. you know?
It is the Eras tour, but each era is a country. Think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh, think about it.
what is your favorite Olympic sport?
Gymnastics.
It's everyone's.
Unless you're talking winter, then ice figure skating.
Mine's
for sure.
track and field.
Figure skating for winter, yeah.
For sure.
Also, there a man from the United States, a man, took third in the 10,000 meters, which I know a lot of you listening probably don't care, but like the Americans have never won a medal in the 10,000 meter race. That's like usually reserved for the other.
You know what
countries.
Nick told me that he ran faster than the Olympics
that's
at
not-
his prime.
No, that's not true.
And he could have competed, but then he said
No.
he gave up.
We were watching the decathlon,
Uh-huh.
and I was talking about how amazing these athletes were.
Right.
And Natalie always likes to reference my track and field days from high school, and she
He was a
goes,
state champion.
That's
Oh.
something.
And the particular event, I was explaining the decathlete to Natalie. They were running the 1,500 meters, which is essentially the mile, but a little bit shorter. And she goes, well, how fast are they running? Can you run as fast as them? And I was trying to explain to her. She was like, they don't look like they're running that fast. I was like, well, they're the decathletes. They're doing 10 different events. So they're not running as fast as, say, the Olympians who are only running the mile or whatever. And she's like, how fast are they running? And then they finish their time. I'm like, well, actually, I could run faster than them in high school.
So, like I said in the beginning, Nick said he could run faster than
But the
any
decathletes
Olympics.
running the 1,500 meters, it's the last event, just for all the people who don't know the cathletes out there, it's the last event. The cathletes generally hate
You saying decathletes.
hate the 1,500. It's like the last event. They're tired. These guys are like 2:26.3. These are amazing athletes. They're not built to run the mile, but they have to run the mile as part of the Olympics, and they do very well. But yes, I just happen to have been
On that specific part of the decathlon.
On that specific
Got
part
it.
of the decathlon.
After they finished
It's
9
impressive.
other events.
After they finished 900 events, and
he could run faster than
I
them
could run
in high school.
Yes,
That is
she asked a question. Like she's like, now, and then she comes on here and she talks like I am watching the Olympics, being like, I'm faster than these motherfuckers, and that is not what happened.
It was a setup.
But essentially, kind of it is. Because you were faster than them at that time.
The way you tell this story, I put on my high school track jersey and started stretching and being like yelling at the TV and be like, I'm faster than these slow motherfuckers. And that is not what happened.
That is not what
I
happened.
did that on Tuesday. No.
Nick got new tattoos.
I
The
did.
chickens.
Yeah. River's birthday. And then
Chicken.
What do the chickens represent?
It's just chickens.
I love
There's
chickens.
chickens?
Just chickens.
just chickens.
They're cute.
Oh, thank you.
They are cute. I love the cards. The cards is so cute.
Rachel Lindsay's divorce.
What's going on?
It's getting messy.
It's getting messy.
on his side.
I didn't really want to talk about this because out of respect for my friend Rachel, but like out of respect for my friend Rachel, I've had enough of Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Say
what the
more.
What the fuck is going on with this guy? Can we give a little context to our audience first, Sierra?
What he is doing.
Absolutely. So during Rachel Lindsay's divorce, Brian requested $75,000 in legal fees, claiming that he only makes $1,300. He continues to reside in
So
Rachel.
just to be clear, so first of all, when they got divorced, he decided he wanted to go after his ex-wife Rachel Lindsay for
Spousal.
support, and then he decided, well, you should pay for me to sue you.
This is like general practice though, that part of it.
I
But
don't
it's still
care.
messed up.
It's still fucked up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand that Brian, Rachel Lindsay's ex-husband, has simply just taken advantage of the very outdated
legal system.
and laws around marriage. Sure, but it doesn't stop me from thinking something about you.
Did they have a prenup?
They did not.
That's the
did
part. So
not.
this next part is crazy.
He continues to reside in Rachel's home, for which Rachel pays 90% of all expenses. Lindsay was ordered to pay Brian $13,257 a month in temporary spousal support. Court documents also revealed that Lindsay must pay $15,000 in attorney's fees and $5,000 for forensic expert expenses. They did not have a prenup. And then
Wait, he's still living in her
And
house.
she's paying
and-
for it.
She is paying him all this money.
No, I thought like to my knowledge, he was a chiropractor. Like had this booming practice. Was
uh-huh.
like popping the fuck
say
off.
more.
But he's like leeching off
Yep.
of his
Yep.
going to be ex-wife.
And like disparaging her name and like in the press. Like this has all been messy because of him. Rachel hasn't, I think, essentially said anything. If anything, I think maybe she's finally responded, but she has definitely tried to keep quiet. And it seems like his side of things is like leaking more and more and more and trying to make her look bad.
Isn't he posting screenshots?
Yeah, he's speaking publicly, but Lindsay's only speaking through like the court documents. So that's the part where it's like,
Yeah, it's so gross. And it's just
Yeah.
like, have some respect for yourself and your once ex-wife.
does he still have a practice?
I don't know. I do know. I don't even know if this
1300?
is going to be, but that's the thing. Like Brian met Rachel in his mid 30s. He was an adult man.
Yeah.
He was educated. He was a chiropractor. He already like had a life.
And Botox.
Sure.
That was my nickname for
that's
him
very
on the
important.
Then he got married to Rachel, and all Rachel did was make him more famous,
show. Mm-hmm.
gave him a huge platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some would say like, oh, well, he moved across the country to be with Rachel. It's like, okay, you made a choice because you wanted to go on a show and then you wanted to propose to her and you wanted to marry her. That's just like a choice you made. They decided for whatever reason not to have kids in their marriage. So like, what is the issue here? Why is spousal support still a thing? Brian has everything going for him. He's good looking. He's educated. He has a career. Like he has everything going for him. And if he couldn't make a practice work for him and become a very profitable entrepreneur after everything that Rachel gave him,
It's like
Wannabe.
blaming it on Rachel and like making her pay for his like lack of practice.
Yeah.
Like, but because like
He still has a practice for the record. Like he has
No,
a
but
live
he's
website.
making
so-
$1,300
Which
a month.
I don't know if that's accurate.
whatever. Yeah,
But you
maybe
can't
it's
even pay rent.
Maybe
No,
it's
no, no,
funny
no.
accounting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could just like he runs a business, so like it could be very easy for him to pay himself a. I don't know. Like when you have a business, you can
Funneling it through something.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, but like all I know is like you're just not good at business, and that's his fault. Either he's unmotivated or not smart enough. But like Rachel gave him everything in the possible world to like become something of your practice or anything else. He didn't even have to be an accountant. He could have done a million other things.
Accountant.
But it sounds like he
Or
didn't want to do
chiropractor.
anything.
I don't know.
It sounds like he wanted to live off of Lindsay, do the whole Bachelor run,
Or
thinking that was
Rachel.
going to provide for their life.
Or maybe he tried at 30 different things and failed. I don't know. It's not her fucking problem.
No. $1,300, like that would make me have to second guess things just as a person, like with pride and having to like pay bills and whatnot. $1,300, what can you do
Like,
with that?
I suppose, and like if a married couple decides to have children or adopt or whatever, and then yes, in that situation, sacrifices need to be made for the betterment of like children who like who's going to take care of the kids, and like then maybe in that case, one of the two people might have to make a sacrifice or quit a career, quit a job, and say, and in that case, I could see why there's an argument to be made about like, hey, like we decided to have kids, and then we agreed that I was gonna like give up working so that I could take the kids while you could work, and it's just like then the relationship doesn't work out, and blah blah blah. Then I can see, but then that's called child support, not spousal support.
Yeah.
So either way, it's like he just kind of sucks.
He just sucks.
I met him twice, very briefly. Was very lovely and very nice. I really don't know the guy. All I know about him is everything I'm seeing in the press, and it's just like kind of just break up with grace. Like move on with your life. It didn't work out. Why are you like trying to steal from her of all her hard work because you guys couldn't make a relationship work? Like what exactly is she? So why is she paying for your ass?
Move back to where your practice is and get your clients back. I'm just so confused.
Also, does he think this is like a good look for him? Like, does he think
really
him spreading like screenshots and saying that he needs this money and he needs that money, like that's going to help him in his career or in his life?
I'm sure it's survival for him.
He had every opportunity.
Not in a good
He's
way.
living in
That's what I'm
her
saying.
house.
But he doesn't
and
want to
she's
work,
paying-
so he's probably like, well, what
Boo-hoo.
else? I agree.
Boo-hoo.
He's gotten every advantage.
I'm like usually on the inverse where I'm like, and I could be wrong. I'm just saying typically it's like you get spousal support where the wife quit their job, raised the kids, and like it's not going to be as easy for them to get back into the workforce as an independent. Whereas like you don't have children, you don't have anything that's tying you together.
There were two adults who met in their 30s, having lives before they ever met, established. And again, like everything that Rachel gave to him seemingly should have helped his business. Now,
Right.
again, there's a lot of variables there. Like it all depends on how he utilizes that or if he even gives a shit. And again, if he didn't want to be a chiropractor, he didn't have to be a chiropractor. He could have, like when Natalie got pregnant, Natalie loved her career as a surgical technician. Like enjoyed going to work. She got pregnant and like, still worked a little bit, and it just made less sense for her to like go back. She hasn't gone back yet. She still might go back, but like she's had to make a sacrifice for our family. Now we're making it work. She's on the show. We get to work together. She's changed course, but like she's had to make a sacrifice. But like, what does Brian have to do? He's just like, he got to move to Beverly Hills, and like that was a choice that he made in the relationship. And again, you would think that would only help whatever he wanted to do with his career. He has a famous celebrity wife for how many years that he could have, I'm sure, benefited from somehow. And yet he's just like throwing her name under the bus. I really feel for Rachel. Like she's done nothing but be classy through this whole divorce. And now she's like paying him tens of thousands of dollars a month, like $13,000 a month.
For temporary,
gross.
but
It's
then
gross.
160.
then another
give or take
20,000 for legal.
It's gross.
She did say our marital standard of living was nowhere near as glamorous as Brian portrays it to be. In fact, we rarely saw each other or even lived together during our brief marriage. So it's
even
like,
if that were the case, because basically he's like, Rachel, my wife provided me this luxury lifestyle that I became accustomed to, and now I'm expecting her to maintain that quality of life. And it's like, you sound like a loser, Brian.
Like, just do something.
You know what else is giving loser energy?
Tell me.
I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but there is this video on TikTok that's trending, and it is this girl who went to a larger creator's birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And
This is
she
wild.
went
It's all over
as
TikTok.
she went as a +1.
Okay.
Okay. and she has like 60,000 TikTok followers. And this girl whose birthday party she went to has like 2 million.
Okay.
She was a fan of this creator. And she posts a like, get ready with me. She like names the creator, like, get ready with me to go to X, Y, and Z's birthday party. And then she goes to the birthday party and takes video footage, leaves the birthday party. Guess the next day, she decides to make a TikTok explaining the birthday party. And she says
She showed up early.
She says she left because it wasn't her vibe. She shows a video of
The vibes.
She shows the vibes, and she puts the squeaky shoes sound like over it. So there was like 4 people in the video, and she was like, it was such a flop. Like, I used to work for Bumble. I'm so used to going to these events where like there's open bar, there's food. They even will pay for your Uber. And like when I got there, it wasn't any of those things.
She was
and it was
comparing it to like some sort of activation.
Yeah, and it was like, no, this was just a girl's birthday party. She said, I'm being canceled, but I don't know if she can be canceled when you don't.
Didn't
No,
start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but she's
You buy flowers, go to a party,
she's-
piss some people off, and then claim to be canceled.
she's under a lot of fire right now because it's like, what the
I don't know if
fuck?
she bought followers. Though.
What the fuck do you think
Allegedly.
you're doing? Like, you are a +1. Your job is not to like go and like have the best fucking time of your life. Your job is to go and support your friend who didn't want to go alone.
You're the
Mhm.
emotional support.
That's your
Yeah.
job. And so the fact that she like went and was like, this birthday party was such a fucking flop. It was like so boring. No one was there. I was there for hours and hours and hours, and like nobody showed up. And like, it's the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life.
And now she's like doubling down, being like, I got canceled for not having fun at a party.
And she was on like TikTok Live, and this girl's
She's like Andrea
This-
from Love Island.
Oh no.
Yeah. This girl's fans are obviously like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, a lot of people are responding being like, this is embarrassing. Like,
She
you
seems
were,
random.
You were a +1.
Yeah.
And she was getting, I guess, some hate on her Instagram or on her TikTok Live. And the creator comes on and was like, hey, I've been trying to like DM you. Will you please respond? And so then this girl then uses that against her. She's like, you saw your fans harassing me and you didn't stick up for me. It's like, you made a video making fun of me first. And now you want me to stick up for you? Like, what do you think was going to happen? You're like,
I think
it
she
was
got
my-
exactly what she wanted.
No, it's
Attention.
Does she
It-
have more followers now?
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think.
I don't know if over
this-
any value, but I bet she does.
No, I think honestly, people are like, you are
Unfollowing.
weird for this. Like, this
No,
was
no,
really
no.
weird
I
behavior.
think they're
I don't want.
definitely calling her out, but I think in the short run, they're definitely following her as a spectacle.
Well, she is like posting non-fucking stop just now, like
She's like, this is my
Halloween.
moment.
She's like Halloween outfits from Shein.
Oh no.
See, like
It's
at least, I will say, in defense of this girl, if Brian, Rachel's ex, had the same type of work ethic this like wannabe influencer had,
There you go.
then
Yeah.
he maybe would have a successful chiropractor business.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's true.
where's the hustle, Brian? You know, like
It's just so. I think now, yeah, the debate is like, as a +1, what is your job? Is it like, can you go as a +1 to someone's birthday party and like judge it?
No,
no.
No, because you weren't fucking invited.
it's not
Also-
your
I
friend.
don't know you.
First of all, maybe they wanted maybe that was the birthday party of their dreams. Low key, sparkles, lights, low energy. Maybe she's a little more introverted. Maybe she just wanted to be more intimate. Maybe she wanted to be quiet. Maybe she was going for a different aesthetic, which was like silence. Maybe it was just like, I want to,
Sound bath.
you know, like
I want to have a
it's like
party where no one talks.
her forefriend and like the crickets, you know, like I don't know, who fucking knows? It's not your fucking party. Like maybe she's a little introverted. You
She
know?
was like, I was basing the vibes off of this flyer. And she puts the flyer up on the screen. And it's like, babe, she was just having fun on Canva. Like, this is like, what the fuck?
What did she say? She used to work at Bumble?
Yeah.
Emphasis on used to. That's all I gotta
Emphasis
say.
on fucking used to. And emphasis on, here are my outfits from Shein linked for Halloween.
Yeah, she's never gonna get a job.
No.
Imagine interviewing that person and then like Googling them and being like,
Oh, you were the +1 girl?
yeah.
It's like, why open your mouth?
Can you imagine? Like, oh, so
Go-
like, if I throw a shitty work event, like
Also-
team outing, it's like not to your expectations. Like, fuck.
Also, imagine being her friend.
That's what I would say. It's embarrassing for her.
That it like I'm not friends with you anymore. Why would you do that to me? Like, that is fucking crazy. Because now her friend's never going to get invited
to the
anywhere
party,
either.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, speaking of parties, have you seen the green flag, red flag dating party?
No.
So Heartland Ray on Instagram posted this this party that her friends went to, and the party rules are red flag for a no, green flag for a go. And basically what happens is the girls are given flags and the guys are in suits and they have to come up to you and like get your number, impress you, do whatever they are to like get in your like vision, and they could either red flag or green flag you off.
No, this is terrible.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
It's
think so?
too much.
We've gotten
Just go to a bar.
We've gotten
It's
way
kinda
too
smart,
comfortable as
though.
a society with embarrassing men. We have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why do we need to wave a flag in the air? Like, just say like, sorry, no.
I
don't
will
want
say
your
there was
number.
one clip of like a guy dancing around her and she was like, no, red flag.
Like,
the
the
way he was
only thing
dancing.
that justify, I think
Trying.
men are a sucker for punishment, and I think men
Yeah.
sometimes
You said-
don't mind being embarrassed.
Yeah.
But
Why sign up for that?
yeah, I guess if you have the choice to sign up for it, maybe you just love it. I don't know, but I do think we've gotten way too comfortable as a society with
Yeah.
embarrassing.
It is an
men.
interesting concept though. Like for the females to have the power of like, okay, you're weird. Because you're usually the one that's in the position of being hit on.
Do you need a flag for that? Can't you just?
Well, sometimes they don't get the hint.
That's true.
That's
Sometimes
true.
men don't get the fucking hit.
You
Just
gotta
start
wave the
carrying
flag.
a red flag around with me. I have a boyfriend.
A whistle.
Yeah. I remember one time my sister was at a bar and this guy came up to her and he was like, it was not the vibe. And he was like, what's your name? And she was like, I don't have one. And he was like, all right. She was like,
That's a good one,
perfect.
actually.
I used to do that, or I'll like take a ring and put it on my
Like,
married
that's
finger.
fucked. That
Mhm.
is so fucked up. We have to literally wear a fake ring
Yep.
on our finger to be like, don't come up to me. I'm taken.
Well, how are they supposed to know?
That's where the red flag, green flag. No need for an explanation.
If let's say you're
I
single.
think if somebody didn't see Natalie's ring on her finger, they're blind.
No. What I'm saying, some people like if you weren't married. You're saying for the women who aren't married who like
No,
the rings.
no. They do that so that you go, like, I remember I used to do it before I would like go to the grocery store and be like, I just don't want to be fucking talked to.
Yeah.
And so you'd put on a fake ring. That's fucked.
Hold on.
We're saying that going out to a bar
Yeah,
or
as a
something.
single woman before you're married.
Yeah. You put on a
Yes.
fake ring so that it's like,
Why
do
is
not
that
talk to me.
fucked? I mean, all I keep hearing every time we have an ask, why can't I meet anyone outside of dating apps? No guys ever come and approach me. It's just like, which one do you want? Do you want to have your
That's
meet
true.
meet
No,
cute
you're right.
rom-com where
You're
a guy
right.
takes a shot? 9 times
You're
out of
right.
10, you're not going to want that guy to hit on you. But you know, like, what the fuck do you want?
Well, I was going to say, I'm like, that's not everyone's story, though. I'm like, for
No,
me,
it's
being
not.
single, I don't want to be hit on. Some people very
9
much
times-
want to be hit
Listen,
on.
no, you're right. You know, like everyone goes to the airport when you're single and you get in the airplane and you're like, for those few moments you sit down and you're just like, is the hottest guy in the plane going to sit next to me or the hottest guy? And then it just never happens, right? Sure, it never fucking happens, but we still want to dream and we still want to fantasize. And yes, most people who hit on us in public are not who we want to hit on us, but that's not, no shit. That's fucking life. But like for that to happen, for your
Yeah,
meet
yeah.
cute of your dreams to happen, you have to be willing to be approached by people you don't want to go out with. Yes, they need to be respectful. They need to respect your nose. They need to like say, hey, I don't have a name. All right, fuck me. Like, all right. But like, we can't get to a point where we make it like a crime or cringe just to the simple idea to go up and approach a stranger and put yourself out there and take a shot.
No, you're right. You're right.
Otherwise, become a society of just like fucking talking to our fucking phones.
Wear the ring if you're like in a vibe where you're like, I don't want to be talked to by anyone. Or like, it's kind of like wearing headphones
I
when
was
you're out in
gonna say.
public. You're like,
Yeah.
I just don't want to be talked to by anyone. But you should be open to people. If you're like in the market and you're looking, don't close off that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I get it. Like guys are creepy, and I understand that y'all, all of you listening, the ladies, you've all had a bad experience from guys who can't pick up cues. I understand that, but fuck. Like,
If I just like the bar and maybe not the patrons, I'm like, hello, I'm taken.
Hello.
there's a million reasons to love Luke Combs, but I love him even more when I read this story. The loser of his fantasy football league, Luke Combs, country singer, like just kind of a good old boy. When he's not busy like making like mad tunes and like selling. What?
Don't say that.
Making bad tunes.
No.
When he's not
cute.
busy rocking and rolling
No,
on stage.
When he's not busy making #1 hits.
Fine, in rocking and rolling.
Mad tunes.
Mad Tunes is kinda
Ew,
cute,
that just
though.
gave me such an
It's giving
Mad
SoundCloud. You're right.
tunes.
I'll just go fucking.
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs. When Luke Combs is not busy making #1 hits, he's hanging out with his boys, fishing and just doing like friend shit. And then he has his friends who clearly don't have good voices and are afraid of like public speaking come up on stage in front of like tens of thousands of people or whatever.
At his shows.
At his shows to sing on stage as punishment for taking last in his fantasy football league, which I love.
That's funny.
That's what makes country music, great, because you can kind of like have those pauses where like a country singer brings up their friend to embarrass himself, and it's like you can kind of roll with it, like, because I don't know, it's like a family affair. This made me like Luke Combs that much.
It's funny because this is next level bet where like, usually it's like the bar stage, right? Karaoke, but this is like the stage.
Yeah. And I feel
Arena.
like if Harry, Styles brought a friend out to embarrass himself at a concert, he'd be like, Harry, why are you, what's
That
going
is
on?
true. That's a good point.
Oh yeah.
But there's something about Luke Combs doing it at a country festival where it's just like, it doesn't seem mean. It's just kind of funny because it's like guys just like giving their boys a hard time. I just loved it.
I wonder if Taylor Swift did it. Would the Swifties rip them apart? Or would it be like, oh,
Ooh, I don't know. I'd be scared.
yeah. Speaking of performances, though, did you see that Kesha performed at Lollapalooza? And when she did Backstabber, one of her songs, she didn't know that her prop knife was a real knife.
Jesus.
Okay.
They
why-
lost it and they
Giving
switched
Alec
it out.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why is her team like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It says
Well, she said, so apparently the prop knife went missing and they replaced it with a real butcher knife stolen from the kitchen. I didn't know
course.
till now, so watch that again. And in the video, she's like waving it around, like pointing it at the dancers, like does not know.
I feel like holding a real butcher knife and a fake butcher knife, I feel like I would notice.
I do too.
Yeah.
Also,
But
why do
how
we need
real
why-
is this fake knife that it feels and has the density of a real one?
of a butcher knife.
Also, why do we need a knife? Like, it's like just sing the song. Why do we need to?
the song is called Backstabber.
Sure, but why do we need a prop? Like, we get it, backstabber. Sure, why do you need to like have any? It's like
It's giving Britney Spears sexy, you know?
Yeah,
like I can
definitely.
dance and sing, but I also have a knife in my hand.
I mean,
Sure.
I guess, but also like I feel like just having a weapon on stage isn't necessarily the vibe
It is a good point.
for anyone.
It was a prop. It was supposed to be a prop.
Even the prop though, like imagine if it was a GUN. Like, hello, we would be like, whoa, too fucking far.
I don't know, but then Brittany brought out a snake for like, I'm a slave for you, and that's
a
epic.
snake is different than a like something who could kill someone.
Well, snakes
A
can.
snake is an animal.
What if that
A
snake
reptile.
wrapped its little body around her little neck, and that's what we watched
That's true.
on the VMAs?
Sure, but what if Kesha is like, haha, this is one of those push-in fake knives, and I'm just gonna stab my little dancer, and then a bleed-out death is on the stage.
That's why
Why would
That's
you
the
stab
point.
someone with a fake knife?
Well, you have
though?
a point though, because you think it's a prop.
But that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's why it's wildly irresponsible for whoever thought that it would be a smart idea to replace a fake prop with a real knife and not tell anybody.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Who's coming forward with this story? Kesha?
Kesha tweeted it. Yeah. I trust Kesha.
Like,
with my life.
welcome back, Kesha. We really have missed you, but I feel like you don't need it. You don't need, just use like yourself
Some
and
glitter.
the dancers, some glitter. Yeah, we don't need like weapons on stage, fake or not.
Okay.
It did make me think of, there's a video of Adele at her residency and she had, like the shirt guns? She had like a machine shirt gun. Like imagine like a giant one and like shot like multiple and everybody was like backing off because
Yeah,
it was like
kind of scared.
Imagine getting whacked in the face with one of those.
a machine gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just toss them. You know, like why do we need like dangerous things? I don't know.
Britney Spears does have a biopic coming.
Ugh, and I couldn't be more excited.
Who's gonna?
Yeah.
All that really matters is who's gonna play Britney Spears.
No, but it's also the director, John M. Chu, did Crazy Rich Asians, Wicked, In the Heights. And then Mark Platt, who's producing it, did La La Land, also doing Wicked right now. So I'm like, it's going to be...
A banger.
Quality.
Is there anyone rumored to play?
Not rumor,
Shit.
but people are saying like Sydney Sweeney, Sabrina Carpenter, Kesha was one of them that they threw around.
Is Kesha an actor?
She's made appearances, but she's like a singer, I think, first.
Sydney Sweeney would be good.
Potentially. Maybe.
Why not Britney herself? Let's bring her out of the boondocks. Zyla Murray.
I want to see like introducing like someone who's really like been working hard, really incredible actor. Maybe you don't know of them
Ooh.
quite yet,
Okay.
Put
but
them on the
like
map.
this is their big performance. You know, it's just kind of like Sydney Sweeney is almost too famous right now to play Britney Spears.
I agree.
Sabrina Carpenter, let Sabrina Carpenter be Sabrina Carpenter.
Well, it is interesting, too, because like I remember I had an issue with the casting for the Amy Winehouse biopic that came out. And then apparently it's
Did
phenomenal. Huh?
it? It came out.
It came out, yeah.
Why isn't that more popular?
I heard it wasn't that good.
Okay. I heard that it was...
Like I heard it was a misrepresentation in some instances of like addiction and stuff.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't want to watch it. I don't really
Okay,
like
same.
biopics that are like in that genre because I'm just like, I don't want to watch somebody suffer for 2 hours. But like, I love her music, happy for her, but I think, and happy for the actors that got to play her. But I didn't like it originally from just like the leaked photos. That's why it's kind of important casting because I want to watch somebody and be like, that is Britney. Even if it's like, I know that somebody else, I want to like watch it and get lost
That's
in
what
the
I'm
sauce.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
they're too famous, it's like,
You're like, well, that's Sydney Sweeney pretending
That
to
is a
be
good
Britney
point,
Spears.
yes.
yeah.
That's true.
You
That's
know?
so true.
Yeah.
And apparently the Bob Marley one too was really, really good too.
I haven't seen that.
I heard that one was good.
Yeah, and he actually looks like him.
Pamela Anderson had one too. That was supposed to
Okay.
be good. The Marilyn Monroe one.
But that's it's like it's so important. Like the casting is just
Yeah.
so important.
I wonder who's casting it. Maybe we could slide into their DMs and give them our,
Give 'em our-
2
yeah.
cents.
Yeah. Hey, we have some thoughts.
Yeah.
Whoever's casting Love Island needs to slip over there.
Truly.
Like, that's how we would spice it up.
truly. Things are going kind of crazy in Love Island world. I feel like Andrea is really taking some heat.
Yeah.
And, you know, the finger guns are a little much, but I don't feel like it's all deserved. What is Rob a good kisser? Yes.
Why is she doing that?
I just think she's a silly, goofy girl, and
Yeah.
she's just trying to show that silly, goofy side.
It is kind of random though, because I thought she fizzled out a little bit, you know?
Well,
like
that's-
people weren't talking about her, but then like her storylines are now back at the forefront.
Everyone thought she, and then I'm not trying to be mean, but
Yeah.
everyone thought she fizzled
I-
out, except for Andrea.
Do we think
And-
it's because Rob's doing his press tour and everyone's like, what do you think of, or like, what's going on? And he was like, well, until I saw that she's really talking a lot and all of her lives and all of her.
I honestly feel for her. You know, her experiences to go on the show, and she was only there for 4 days, but she had quite the exit, you know, like this very, at the time, controversial, where she was like, you know, when it happened before, like this was before like PPG really was PPG. Like we were still kind of like falling in love with characters. And yeah, we loved Serena and we loved Janae and we loved Leah, but we didn't like love them like we love them now. And at the time we were all kind of like, it's a little fucked, you know, like I get it. Like if I, you know, I think we said like, hey, you know, if I were those women, I would totally get it. But Andrea has a right to be upset, right? So we all made a big deal about it. Is she going to like stick with Rob? Is she going to like, is she going to have a chance with Rob? And we had her on, we asked her the question. She's like, well, you know, we'll see. But clearly what's like 2 weeks for her, you know, those like movies of time travel or like space travel, like someone goes to space and they're gone for like 2 days,
The
but the
light
rest of
years.
the world is like it's been 10 years or some
Mhm.
shit. That's what it's like on reality TV. So for Andrea, it was like 2.5, 3 weeks if she's just like waiting for Rob to get out of the villa. Meanwhile, for the rest of the cast in the villa, light years.
Mhm.
You know, it's not even the same fucking like decade for
Mhm.
them. And so she's on this fucking live, she's doing her thing. She's like just, you know, trying to like stay relevant, which I guess I get, but like just way overplaying her hand so much so then when she gets out, the rest of the cast who is just like forgot Andrea was even on the show. Rob was just like, oh wait, yeah, I did make out with you. Meanwhile, he's had sex and made out with 13 other women since, you know, and she's just like, hey Rob, waiting for you, seeing if we still have a thing. Like, you know, it's like it's apples and oranges. She's like literally in a different universe than these other characters. And I kind of feel for like how was she supposed to know? She just kind of overplayed her hand a little bit.
People are also taking some of the stuff she did say in the villa and stuff she said on like after shows and podcasts and really like using them against her now. And she posted a response and said, I have a lot to speak on this, but I'm tired of everyone bringing things up and misconstruing my words from podcasts I did over a month ago and lives when I was just answering fan questions. I have no
She called us
animosity.
fans.
She did. Damn.
We are.
I have no animosity towards anyone, and the whole Miguel thing was only because all of the guys told me he was going after me, and at the time, I really liked Rob and didn't want to entertain Miguel if he was interested and waste both of our times. He wasn't even with anyone at the time or pursuing anyone. I should have worded it differently and humbled myself, so I apologize for the way it sounded, but I was still upset at the time for them voting me out for the wrong intentions. So I was saying why I didn't want to chat. I haven't spoken down on any of them. I've supported him and Leah together so much since leaving the show. So everyone needs to
Rob and
stop.
Leah?
I think Miguel and
Oh,
Leah.
okay.
Yeah.
Since leaving the show. So everyone needs to stop reaching, not addressing anything else until the reunion. Moving with love.
And she did delete that. So she posted it and then deleted
Why
it.
do we
I-
think she deleted it?
I think the PPG is going to be coming for the reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be scared of Serena for sure.
And I think Rob too. Like I feel like the conversations that are gonna happen between Rob and Andrea are gonna be a little uncomfortable.
Well, I think Rob needs to be careful I think honestly, Rob is the one person that could get Andrea back on the people's good side. I think Rob is teetering with his popularity a little bit. His association with Aaron, the whole, Leah has since unfollowed him. Like, is he a fuckboy? Is he not a fuckboy? Like, I don't think he has the universal support that like Leah and the rest of the PPG has. And I think if Rob comes to the reunion and like talks down to Andrea and like kind of makes her seem like she's foolish or dumb for like waiting for him, I almost feel like the tides could turn in her favor. I think if the PPG goes after Andrea, then she's.
It just kind of depends because I feel like Rob's already like said things in interviews, being like, "Oh, I was like turned off by this," or in some words, or like in other words.
Well, but I didn't see those interviews. I don't know specifically about what Rob said, but like Team Andrea there, like you let her on, you made her. What was she supposed to think? I don't know what she said about the PPG. I'm just talking about her alleged connection, whether she's waiting or not waiting for Rob.
He said that he reached out to her like after he got out of the villa to like reconnect, and then he started seeing the clips coming through, and he was like, "I wasn't looking for them." So then I realized that it was a lot of clips.
No, I get that.
So I'm like, it weirded him out a little bit, but I'm like, I think the only way that people would turn on Rob is if Rob defended Andrea in between PPG
at the reunion.
Yeah,
well, I just think, or if he's just mean to her.
Yeah,
if he kind of goes after her and makes her look and tries to make her look dumb,
because then he takes the blame in that.
Yeah,
sense.
then he'll just look like a fucking dick for leading her on.
All I can say is I am very excited for this reunion.
Did y'all see Rob and Anessa Barrett's music video?
I did.
He was smooching up on her.
It was kind of hot.
That was like what, day 3 out of the villa? He was like,
Nessa was watching Love Island and she was like, "He's hot. Let's get him in the music video."
Oh, she's a huge reality TV fan.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the chemistry was off the charts. So like, I wonder if there's anything there.
Or she was like, he can kiss up on any woman in the villa. Might as well just have him kiss up on me.
Yeah, he was kissing up on everybody. So she's like, who would be the most comfortable, least awkward Rob?
That's true.
Yeah.
But also maybe they're fucking.
Did you see Nicole's post?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Should we read it out?
Read it.
She said, "Some of you have noticed that I've been quiet and not posting much, so just wanted to provide an update. While Love Island was an amazing experience, things have not been easy since leaving the villa. There's much more to share on what has happened since coming home, and for now, I've been taking my time to process. These are real feelings in my real life. Thanks for understanding. Love y'all." And this is after like everybody's been hanging out in like LA without her, and she hasn't really been posting, and like she's not seen with Kendall. Like
Kendall came here by himself, not with Nicole. We weren't offered that. So yeah, I'm excited to hear more from Nicole. Yeah.
I want to know what's been going on.
Sounds like she's protecting her peace though, which is
respect.
Good.
Yeah. But we definitely want her to stop being so selfish and tell us what's going on. We're just kind of kidding, but not really. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell everything at every stage of your business. We use Shopify here at NV Media or at the Viall Files household for both our Disrespectfully merch, our Viall Files merch. If you are a small business, let Shopify grow with your business. Doesn't matter how small or large you are or want to be. The best part about Shopify, it can grow with your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Drag and drop functionality. There's so many plugins and apps that work and enhance your Shopify experience. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Sell more with less efforts thanks to Shopify's magic, your AI-powered all-star. There really is no better solution for e-commerce than Shopify. We have great customer-facing websites. It's incredibly how easy it is to set up. You can be up and running with your business in a matter of days with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/VIALL, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/VIALL now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/VIALL. Article, what a great place to upgrade your furniture today. Doesn't matter whether it's inside, outside, bedroom, dining room, office space. Article has it all for you. They have such an incredible lineup and a selection of couches and furnitures and desks and tables. Their mid-century, modern, coastal, industrial, Scandi, and boho designs make furniture shopping simple.
Our entire backyard is sponsored by Article. And you know what? We nonstop see Article trucks going through our neighborhood. So, the neighborhood is also part of Article. They offer fast, affordable shipping across the U.S. and Canada. You pick the delivery time and they'll send you updates every step of the way. Article's knowledgeable customer care team is there when you need it to make sure your experience is smooth and stress-free. I mean, what more can I say? Article is amazing. They have the cutest and most aesthetic and comfortable and just everything you could want at Article.
Plus, they make it, again, an incredibly easy shopping experience if you just happen to not be obsessed with your Article finisher. No problem. They will facilitate a return or exchange. Doesn't matter, but you're going to love it, I promise. Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/VIALL, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/VIALL for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
I think we should talk about Victoria Lee commenting on Raquel's mental health post.
Yes.
So basically, TMZ posted like a little screen grab of Raquel talking about Jax's like mental rehab thing. And Victoria said, "Girl leaves VPR, ruins people's lives, but then lives and breathes VPR after, still continues to ruin people's lives. If you were genuine, you would reach out on a personal level, but instead you post it for attention and relevance." And she ate.
Who?
Yeah,
she definitely ate, but who the fuck is Victoria Lee?
Sandoval's girlfriend.
I know. No, I know. But like,
that's true. You have a good point because she's kind of equivalent to Raquel.
And you're literally trying to get shit from you're commenting on a TMZ post.
Where did
You're commenting on a TMZ post.
She commented on TMZ.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of giving the same energy.
That is true. Yeah.
She's allowed to have her man's back.
In TMZ comments?
But she was talking about Jax.
It is weird because Victoria doesn't know Jax, like in the public reality sphere
Victoria
of it.
doesn't know Raquel either. None of us know Victoria.
But she's closer to Raquel than she is to Jax to comment, you know?
It's just, I would understand. Listen, I am all for standing up for your man, supporting your man. I try to come for him, but you have to come through me. But but Raquel wasn't talking about Sandoval. Like, if it was a statement about Sandoval and she was like, you know what, I've had enough. Like, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck are you? Like, this is enough. I get that. But she was talking about Jax.
But I get it. No, she wasn't really. No, she was talking about herself. She was using Jax as a platform to talk about herself.
Raquel was.
What
was Raquel's original statement?
But what Natalie's saying is that Raquel's talking about Jax. She's not talking about Sandoval. So why does Victoria feel inclined to comment on a comment that Raquel made about Jax?
Raquel's original post.
Let me try to guess.
Wait, can I hear Raquel's original post?
Yes.
Okay, so the crux of it is I'm deeply saddened to hear of Jax's mental health struggles, and I wholeheartedly support his decision to seek treatment. I pray that his news is met with the open-mindedness that mine's lacked as I face mockery and accusations of simply being in a spa. I hope he finds the healing that I did through my own journey.
Again, so it wasn't about Jax. She was using the news
mockery
about Jax to talk about her own experience and continue to victimize herself during this whole experience in which she has actually been the attacker, the aggressor, and ruining people's lives and ruining Ariana's life. And I know most of us don't care about Tom's life, but also ruining Tom's life and just being really fucking messy. So I get it. I get why she is inclined to speak out about someone who's probably just ruined.
I think she was just looking for a reason to have her name in some headlines.
Thank you.
And this was her. This was her open door. I think it would have made a little bit more sense. I mean, they're obviously separate, but for Brittany to be don't speak on we're separated and we're going through divorce, but you have no fucking right to say his name. Victoria.
It's kind of
what are you, babe? Are you lost?
It's kind of giving Victoria and Sandoval were talking about this behind doors, and then she saw one post and was like, "I need to say something."
It's we don't know enough about Victoria. We don't really know who she is, and she was like, you know what? Let me just show the people
I don't know.
I am.
Raquel's been so horrible and so off-putting and so just reckless with other people's lives that I honestly glad she said something.
But this has nothing to do with Sandoval or Victoria.
Yeah, it's a little.
It has to do with Sandoval.
It's a little weird. That would be like Natalie commenting on one of your exes for because mentioned. You know what I mean? And not even because they mentioned you,
the
but
whole situation is weird.
It's just
this
weird.
Yes, of course it's weird. This whole story is insane.
But Sandoval's girlfriend of 4 months, 5 months is who her Instagram's private.
I'm not saying it was the classiest move, and yes,
I'm just saying it's out of place. You are doing this to put your name. You're doing this so that headlines will say Victoria Lee, Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, responds to Raquel. That's why you're doing it. You're doing it so people are like, oh hell yeah, Victoria, get her girl, hell yeah. That's why you're doing it. You're not You're not doing it for any other reason.
Nick does have a point, though. It does include her indirectly because Raquel was posting about something that affected Sandoval, like the mental health part of it.
How did that affect Sandoval?
Like she went to
Think
rehab
about
and
it.
like he was in love
all
with
right,
her.
So,
And then
again, I don't know if people believe Tom's reason for not suing Ariana, but just a couple weeks ago, it was like national news that Tom was allegedly suing Ariana. We found out days later that Tom saying it was like, hey, my lawyer gave me some lawyer talk. I said, sure. Turns out like, apparently that meant I was going to sue Ariana. I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. He fired his lawyer. And you can decide whether you believe that story or not. I actually think it's kind of believable.
I believe that.
And so those two, Tom and his what's her name?
Victoria.
had to delete their Instagrams because they were being fucking bombarded.
No, Victoria's been private for how long? She didn't have to delete her. She did it for the publicity stunt. No one was on her page. She's private.
I do agree with that part.
I'm not saying she's like some victim that needs all our remorse. I'm just saying in the world where it's Victoria versus Raquel, I'm team fucking Victoria. That's all I'm saying.
Of course. But what we're just saying is that the whole thing, it's like that would be like Dan after the whole Sandoval thing came out. Ariana's boyfriend commenting on like Sandoval's post being like, what a douche. Like it's just so unnecessary, so extra. And you're not adding to anything.
She's here for the drama.
Victoria's not involved.
Yes.
At all.
Fine. But what are we debating here? That Tom's new girlfriend isn't above the fray and isn't so classy that like doesn't want to immerse herself in the drama? Of course that's not who she is.
I think I'm just saying this news headline gave Victoria exactly what she was looking for.
Sure.
She wasn't doing it to have Jax Taylor's back.
Yeah, okay. She did it for herself.
Yeah.
Great. But I still, to her comments, say, I agree.
What if
Interesting.
wait?
Well, Brittany Cartwright
Yeah.
is spotted out with a new guy.
Tanner.
Tanner.
Tanner? Oh,
Tanner.
shit.
Tanner Cortad.
Tanner. Honestly, what's the fucking difference?
Wait.
Yeah.
Is that our guy?
Yeah.
That
it's
is
our
your
guy.
friend.
Yeah, it's our friend. Who thinks we...
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I thought was so
Interesting.
random. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, the guy you were talking about like last week is now been spotted out with Brittany.
Well, turns out...
Turns out we are going to actually have to talk about him now.
Yeah.
Oh, redemption.
And so, by the way, Tanner, if you find yourself on next season of The Valley as Brittany Cartwright's new kind of love affair, like, I apologize in advance.
It's not, yeah.
It's not personal.
We also don't know that they're dating.
I just appreciate Tanner for being
Wait.
involved.
How do
You
we,
know?
wait, was he just, yeah.
It's because in like
Wait. No, I have a couple questions. I do know a lot of Bachelor people are friends with Brittany, and they do like Tom Schwartz is doing these like watch parties, and some Bachelor people are going, some Valley girls are going, and like were they like spotted arms around each other, kissing, cuddling, anything, or were they just like in the same
So
group?
that's the thing. It's like multiple events. It's been Brittany and Tanner next to each other, like
At
really
Jax's
close.
bar.
Like Jax's Bachelor watch parties, like different events.
And
So people are speculating that because in every photo they're next to each other, that it's like there's
Is
something
Jax
there.
Taylor being cuckolded at his own bar? And is that why?
He's not in these photos.
also Zach
for most of them.
posted, and he was like, my crew, and it was like Tanner and Brittany and one more.
Where
of
are
them.
these romance rumors coming from? Or are they just hanging out?
It's photos.
It's photos
Of them doing what?
just
being
He just
together.
explained all
close.
that.
Like
standing next to each other.
none of them had said anything publicly, so
So we don't really know.
we don't know.
They haven't
I feel
denied
like
it.
this is great for Brittany.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Tanner
for her.
Tanner, you seem like a very sweet guy.
Good looking.
You seem I feel like
Totally
you were very nice on Bachelor in Paradise. I don't think there was no bad things to say. I don't know
If anything,
what.
a little boring.
If anything a little boring, which is great.
I love
What's a great
a
character
good man.
trait.
It needs to be a little boring. Yep.
Boring. I want you boring.
I don't want
Especially
you
on the
wanting to
Valley.
go out all the time.
If you're performing, we're not interested.
Yes.
We don't need a performer. We want a little boring. So I love Jax Taylor is a performer.
Mhm.
So I would love this for Brittany.
Yeah, she could be the star and like be appreciated for like what she brings to the
Yeah.
table, not be put down for what she's lacking according to Jax.
Good for her.
I would be scared to go against Jax though.
Why?
That man.
He's first of
Scary.
all, he's not in any of those photos because he is in a mental facility.
That is true.
That's why he is not there.
All he's gonna do is take off his shirt and run up to you and chest bump you. That's it.
That is true. Yeah.
He said, "Do you want to go, bro?" And then he'll take off his shirt and hug you. Actually,
But
Actually-
then he'll start rumors that will ruin your life.
He runs straight into the arms of the security guard that's blocking.
Right.
He's like, no, come here, you just Hold on.
Yeah.
Catch me.
Are we fighting or are we just like
A little ballet.
Oh, I think that about does it for household headlines. Up next, Johnny Lowe is here. He's got his new show, Unstable Season 2. Well, it's not what's newest show, but Season 2's out. Anyways, he's here to talk about that. He's here with us to talk all things Bachelorette. It's gonna be wild. Up next.
There's a lot of decisions you have to make when you have a baby. And the one that I feel the most comfortable and safe making is using Huggies for our daughter, River. I always tell Nick that when River's crying, she's trying to tell us something. And that's the case with most babies. They express it through cries. And so we've turned to Huggies. The new Huggies Skin Essentials are here. A brand new dermatologist-approved line of diapers, wipes, and pull-ups training pants that are all designed with baby's sensitive skin in mind.
Their wipes are so thick and pH balanced to help maintain healthy skin. Their wipes have 0 harsh ingredients for a great, gentle clean.
The Skin Essential Diapers features the Skin Protect Liner, which is what helps take care of the ick and stick that can cause rash. They have this liner built in their diapers.
The whole diaper helps protect against the top 2 causes of rash by managing moisture and running mess. The liner gives you the barrier to help absorb moisture and lock away runny mess from baby skin. Pull-Up Skin Essentials has your big kid covered too with a training pant that is ultra soft and breathable to help protect sensitive skin through potty training. Learn more at Huggies.com.
Once again, head to Huggies.com to learn more. There are a few things that I ride and die for. Nutrafol is one of them. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. I am one of those 1 million people. I used it before I got pregnant and my hair was in the best state it has ever been in my life. I use it now since I am postpartum to just, ease into that postpartum hair thinning. And thank God for Nutrafol because my hair has survived. It's survived. And I've put so many people on it. I've put my sisters on it. I've put friends on it. Everyone's root cause of hair thinning is different, so one size fits all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas that are tailored to give your hair what it needs to grow throughout different stages, such as postpartum, menopause, as well as different lifestyles, such as plant-based diets. It's physician formulated with drug-free ingredients. Nutrafol supplements support healthy hair growth from within by targeting root causes of thinning, including stress, hormones, environment, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism as they evolve throughout a woman's life.
All I know is there's less hair in the shower on the wall of the shower. Natalie's hair is no longer clogging the drain ever since she's been using Nutrafol. Whether it's a coincidence or not, all I know is I've seen those results. Get results that you can run your fingers through. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code VIALL. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code VIALL. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code VIALL. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. I've just done quite a bit of these types of things, but this one is
Special.
Special to me.
We're just hanging out. We
We just hang.
I actually haven't seen you in a few months.
I know. This is how
That's
we
what
have.
I said when he walked in. I was like, you just don't come
That's-
over
no,
anymore.
Our
You
fault.
don't-
It was
Oh,
def-
okay.
it's
Thank
definitely.
you.
Oh,
See,
okay,
I
okay.
told her, I said, I'm gonna flip this on you.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Oh, it's our fault. Okay.
Well, I mean, like we have been kind of busy. Like Johnny couldn't make it to the wedding, so I guess in a way his
I deserve
fault. But like
I was
also,
Out of the country. Out of the
yeah,
country.
it's like it's
Just
fine.
like a vacation out of the country, or
I was on a vacation.
But then we
so-
had a baby. Well, no, we had the baby. Then we had the wedding. Anyways, it's been a little biz.
Yeah.
And like Johnny has
Okay.
reached out, and I've
Okay.
been like, "Yeah, come
Okay.
over. We're just like hanging out with our kid." And Johnny's like,
oh.
"Yeah, I'll let you know." Like,
Should I bring mine or?
yeah. So
Do I have to like hold her or like?
I think it's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
great with kids.
Are you?
Really good with kids. Yeah. My middle school summer job was giving piano lessons to kids. So
Aw.
Piano lessons.
yeah.
Wholesome.
What a heartthrob.
You should put that in your dating bio.
You should.
Or, give piano lessons on my free time to kids in
kids.
need.
And we're right into it, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Are you
yeah.
dating?
No,
Aggressively.
no. I did not say that. Am I dating? What even is dating? You know what I mean? Who knows?
Are you going on dates with some baddies?
That sounds like a fuck up. What is even dating?
What is dating? Well, I mean, if
Are
if-
your DMs open?
no,
God,
no,
no.
no.
Okay.
No, I don't. No. That's a younger version of me would say yes, but that feels scary to me these days.
When someone DMs you, you play back not open.
Yeah,
Stop writing me.
Someone DMs me, I block them. Yeah, I'm like, get out of here. My take kind of is like, look, I mean, I wouldn't say universally that answer is completely true, but for the most part, I'm like, if you are DMing me, I question your judgment. Where I'm like, why would you want to DM me? You know what I mean? It's that there's a famous quote, I forget who said it, of like, if somebody invites me into a club, I question why the club wants me.
Yeah, no, it's,
You know?
some sort of imposter syndrome.
Yes, it's a
Did you
self-deprecative.
get that from being a nepo baby?
Yes, let's just knock all of the big hits
So
out of
like,
the way.
how's your dad doing?
In the first five, yeah. Do you guys do any?
Let's just get it out of the way, Joe.
do you guys do any pranks together?
How much of the show is scripted? Yeah, is any of it just improv? Yeah, I think it's because I'm a nepo baby. I did say I'm proud of myself. I said we did an interview magazine thing, and I accidentally stumbled my way into the phrase nepo maybe, and I like that now. I feel like I'm a nepo maybe because
Ooh.
I think a lot of them have two famous parents. I'm trying to at least. What am I saying? I had many. Yeah, now I need to do my plug, which is I've had so many doors opened for me, and I'm grateful.
Mhm.
I don't think you have to. I think you need just. I think you should say I did it all my. I think I did this in spite of my father.
Nick is pro
nepo baby.
You're
Yeah.
pro nepo baby.
Yeah,
I
this
actually.
is a safe space.
Your dad has had the occasional, every once in a while, bad press that you clearly have had to overcome.
Yes, yeah, that is very true.
You know, it's like, oh God, it's Rumble son again.
He's not unproblematic, that's for sure. My most honest take, I'll try to give you like even more what's the transparent than anything I've said before is like, yes, I look, I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't aware of like doors opened for me, and there is a ton of privilege. That being said, you do feel like you have to work twice as hard
You
at
do.
times
Yeah, you have to overcome
because people are like, oh, he's just here because of his last
You
name.
you don't. I don't care who your parent is. You don't actually make it in Hollywood if you don't have talent. You don't. I know a lot of people with famous parents, and they're not exactly like a writer or an actor on a second season of a Netflix scripted series. They're just not.
That's in the top 10 right
It's
now.
in the top 10
It's in the
right
top
now.
10. Small plug.
We're talking
Small
about
plug.
Unstable.
Unstable. Season 2.
Yeah. You don't get to that level just because you have famous parents. You might get in the door. You might get an agent. You might get a manager or two. You might get a couple general meetings, but that's all you'll get.
That's honestly incredibly astute. That is a great, because you, by the way, will get a lot of those things.
Well, it's the
You
same.
will.
It's the same as being a reality TV star. You get incredible access, and you get zero credibility.
Mm.
You know, it's just like you'll get in the door, but they'll be like, I'm only here because of you're only here because of this. You feel the judgment in the room. So whether
Yes.
you're a reality TV star or your parents are famous celebrities, you actually feel the judgment, and you have to overcome the judgment, and you have to prove yourself. But yes, you get access, and access is super beneficial and incredibly important. Most of which people don't get, but like you still have to outwork people.
But I mean, even for you, like it might be the same for nepo kids, but this is basically what you just said. But the longevity is the part that you don't get gifted, essentially. And look at the people that have been on the reality shows and had their moments, and even like these people. My roommate's watching Love Island right now, and so I like pop my
Are
head
you
into
not?
it. I know what happens, but I'm not like, I wouldn't know them by name except for a few of them. But I had never watched it until this season. I had never seen it
same with
before.
It's a lot
us.
of people.
Yeah.
Is that why is the season blowing up? What do you make of that?
Excellent casting, excellent
Mhm.
characters.
Ariana.
Oh,
Ariana got people watching,
Mhm.
but I mean, no disrespect to Ariana. Ariana maybe got a handful of Bravo people to tune in.
No, the cast carried for
The
sure.
cast carried, and I think it's just they were authentic. You believed that everyone's there obviously to get the followers and the fame. You don't go on reality TV nowadays without having it being interested, but interested in that. But the people there, you could tell that lost themselves in the show, and like you were getting authentic reactions, and I think people read that.
I love your take on reality TV so much. It's always the most like honest and unfiltered. Where you're like, look, they're there to get famous and followers.
At this point, would you show up? Like, if you show up for reality TV for just love, you're crazy.
Okay, but then here's my question. Here's my burning question: is like watching The Bachelorette. They constantly talk about. They use this phrase all the time, like,
Right reasons.
your husband is in this room. And she's
Mm.
like, I believe like my soul partner
they
is
said that a
in
lot.
this room. They say it so much. And as a normal human watching it, I love it. I'm there for entertainment value. But I do kind of when they say that stuff, I'm like, just don't say
No, I know.
that
I actually
part.
didn't. I remember they kept telling me on my season, like, or you should say that you believe that your wife's in this room. I'm like, I cannot. I will not say that. I'm pretty sure I did not say that. I really fought them on that. But
Can
like,
we make sure that when this airs, we find the clip of him saying that and play it right
Yeah.
after?
I wouldn't
this?
bet my life on it, but I know I fought them hard. I know. It's like, I feel like I guess I can see my future. I might have said something like I could see my future in this
There it is.
room.
There's the backtrack.
Or something.
We got him.
Yeah,
I know.
Walk it back,
But I was
baby.
look, 'cause
Walk
it is.
it
It's the dumbest fucking thing. But they're obsessed with that line. The producers are
Yeah.
obsessed with you. It's like
And by the way, I don't blame anybody on the show for saying the things that they say because I'm sure there's a ton of pressure for them to be someone with like a mic or a clipboard is right next to them being like, say this thing and you'll get screen time or whatever. I don't know.
They've
But
also, you can tell now, they've watched every episode of every past season. Every contestant is such a fan, and it's like they have the script in front of them. And so it's like, okay, and at this point, you give your sob story. Okay, and at this point, you say you're falling in love. And at this point, you say someone's not here for the right reasons. And at this point, it's just like so scripted, and it's the same every season.
I know. And as great as last week's episode was, I thought this week's was equally as
Boring.
boring and terrible.
Mm.
But before we get into the Bachelorette,
Yeah,
Johnny, are
sorry.
you watching the Olympics?
Yes, I'm watching the Olympics.
Did you see the pole vaulter whose cock was so huge that he didn't qualify for the final?
Did I
finals
see it?
in the pole vault?
Did I see it?
I
By the
haven't
way,
forgotten.
that is got to be the best way to lose ever.
Would you rather
Yep.
win an Olympic medal? An Olympic medal.
Mm.
You'll have it for the rest of your life, or have the entire world know how big your cock is. I'm thinking not medal.
Oh shoot, it's such a good question because me being like an analytically minded person, I'm like
I thought you were gonna be like, well, me being
Me-
someone with a
me having a gigantic. Yeah, can you imagine? Like
You're
I'm
I
sitting
think
here.
I'll take the medal.
Yeah,
I've seen what
earnestly, I'm
it's
like,
done
I'm
for
not
me.
worried about the
Well,
the
there's
dick
no,
size. Yeah. I'm
if
like, hey
you-
man, this question doesn't really mean much.
there's
to
no
me.
really like, there's no good way to talk about your penis.
But I also look. I think
There isn't.
That's fair.
It's like, yeah, how like there really isn't. Because if you're like, yeah, and it's so big, it's like, okay,
Okay,
liar.
calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well,
you
it's-
don't need to be projecting.
I think
and
it's-
like, why are you being a douchebag
And then it's like,
about
yeah,
it?
it's just like 6 inches. It's little. And it's average. It's this. It's that. It's like, what is going on? And you can't. Yeah,
I
you
don't know
can't.
if this pole vaulter, he's French, by the way. I don't know if what's his relationship status, but I hope he's single.
Do you?
I said, I
Oh
hope
my
he's
God.
not.
Like, imagine every date he's ever gone on. It's like, oh, like, so you were in the Olympics? Like, yeah. It's like, well, did you medal? It's like, no.
but you should watch the
really?
clip,
It's
yeah.
like, what happened? Well,
I'll show you.
it's just, oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Would
He's
you?
like, yeah, it was a really traumatic experience. And like, I honestly, like, I have a lot
I
of
worked
trauma.
so hard.
I have a lot of trauma
for
from it. I
that.
just like nothing
Yeah.
can really make me feel better about the situation. She's like, well, you know.
But even in that situation you just described, you are kind of just saying, "I have a huge dick." You're not even. That's not like.
But that's the most humble way to talk
Especially
about your
because
giant
there's
cock.
video footage.
Yeah, it's
And
recorded.
it's the
Like I'm just really
reason
uncomfortable
you-
talking about it. Actually, there's video.
Lots.
But I'm
the
sure there's a lot of
Olympics.
guys that have video footage of their big dicks anyways. They don't need
Yeah,
to be
but
on
they always like in the
They're
like,
like, here's a
creepiest
mirror
way. Yeah.
selfie of
Yeah.
me. And
Yeah, it's a little different than losing gold, but they're like, hey, this is me in my bathroom mirror. Like, if you need to see it.
Like,
It
here's
literally-
I got
video.
proof.
He made it over the pole, and the only thing that caught the pole was his cock and balls.
Do we think it's a setup? Do you think he got himself a little hard before? It was
What
like-
if?
He was like,
The adrenaline.
that's just the
Oh my
adrenaline.
God.
Even it doesn't matter. I don't care if well, that's just a debate of whether he's a shower or a grower. Either way,
Oh.
like the thing is a giant hook.
Oh my
Do you think
God.
that pole vaulters have fluffers beforehand? They're like, come on, man. this
Why don't
is-
they have cups?
Yeah, actually, that's a great question.
Why aren't they tuck? I mean, they definitely will now. Those
Is there-
next
I don't
Olympics,
think
they're
most
tucking.
guys' junk is that big where it becomes an obstruction.
But is there a question?
Sierra's surprisingly quiet over there. Everyone's watching the video on repeat.
No, no. I was looking to see if he has a wife. It says he does appear to be single.
He does appear to be
Here.
single.
He does have 130,000 followers now.
I
Whoa.
wonder.
And if you-
Wonder why.
I
His
wonder-
comments are in like the 900s and thousands, so people are
People are
flooding.
loving.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll get an agent soon. He'll have access.
He'll be signed
but
to UTA.
He won't. Yeah, he's gonna be paired with the hawk
That
to a
is
girl.
the best I didn't win a medal story of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is really good. But to answer your question, I feel like I'd take the medal.
You have to say that.
And here's why. Well, let me just at least
Okay,
tell you
all
why.
right.
Because
My dick's big enough.
can you imagine? I'm like, let me tell you why. Because my dick's fucking big,
And
man.
here's the video footage.
That's the soundbite you cut for this thing. Is just without context, like that one. Oh no!
Oh,
No, wait. Think about. I mean,
Famous actor's
Yeah,
son
yeah.
says.
Yeah,
See if
yeah.
your following goes up.
Yeah. That's what I need. I'm here, guys. I'm here for the followers and the fame. So
Why would you pick the medal?
because I think, imagine how many years of his life he's devoted to this thing. Like, at the end of the day,
How old is he?
if you're in the
That's
Olympics
true.
for anything, you've spent so much time doing it. I feel like
it's definitely a loss.
21.
He's only 21, so in
Oh,
4
he could go
years he'll
back,
be
he could go back.
25.
I might take the big dick then.
Imagine the next Olympics when he's
Yeah.
about to compete. Everyone's just going to be like,
That's
Let's
gonna be
see
the
who
most
watch-
watched.
that's going to be the most watched
sport.
penis of all time. All eyes will be on his cock.
Did he win anything? Did he get like bronze
No,
or
it
something?
stopped him from making the finals.
He was
But
eliminated.
I don't
He was
know.
eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Have we talked? Has anyone talked to him?
Should we get him
Has
on
he
the pod?
Has he done an interview?
Get him on the pod.
We
Get
we
on
we
the pod.
made attempts, but I don't even know if he speaks English. I don't.
So what? Just have him come in the pole
We'll have
vaulting
a
shorts. And,
translator.
yeah.
It's like we just want to see his dick.
Yeah. Hey man, you reach out. You're like, we're just gonna be super transparent.
We're
We gotta
actually
get
we're not
that.
gonna ask you any questions.
Yeah, we
at
want
all.
we want your dick on the pod.
We don't want to know anything about you.
Shower or grower? That's it. We got one question.
Just signs. It's just you can like sign work.
You do have a point though that it's like he came here for the Olympics and like that was the one moment to prove like that talent.
Yeah.
Any other day he can prove like down below, you know?
Let me
So
and,
it's like,
and on top of that, I'll add this, and I guess I could pose this to the women in the room, but like a big dick is like being maybe a nepo baby. It gets doors open for you, but you have to do more than just have a big dick. I believe.
No, you're talking like
Amen.
a guy who doesn't have a big. No.
No. I think, and Sierra, I think if you want to like back me up on this, I think honestly, big dicks are scary.
Yep.
Like
I love it.
Sometimes more is
okay.
it?
I love where this podcast
And I'm
Where are we
scared-
going?
and I'm terrified
Where
of
are we
Nick.
going?
I'm so scared of Nick. I'm always like, ah!
See, now it sounds like you're for. Now we're getting in the weeds. That's what I'm saying. It's such a
Where are we
delicate
going?
conversation.
And Nick's is the
Stick with the
perfect
pole vaulter.
size.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Listen, I think like
That's
No,
the,
I think like crazy big dicks are like scary.
Pole grabbing, hook, pole vault,
Correct.
pole vault ruining
Those are
career.
scary for
Oh,
a woman
no.
because you're like, that's gonna like I have to like A, put that in my mouth, no thank you. Or B, like that has to like go inside me. No thank you. Also, you know, but like with you, it's like
I
the
can't
perfect
stop talking about it.
okay.
he's like next.
Yeah, so Nick, would you rather have the medal or
Yeah.
the royalty?
Nick's like, I'm meddling. We're meddling. Everyone here is meddling.
Oh god. That's brutal.
Ooh.
Does his look too big?
Who's?
You've been looking at it for 10 minutes.
Oh my God, no, I've been reading the stories about it. I'm not looking.
She's on Pinterest.
She's-
Yep, no, that's my
No,
newborn.
she's over there going like this.
She's on Etsy.
Ah.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Oh God.
What is your favorite Olympic sport? What other than pole vaulting? What have you been watching?
Yeah. I mean, it's been hard to peel my eyes away from pole vaulting. I'm a huge fan of ping pong. I love Olympic ping pong. It is so cool. But I mean, these are like discoveries for me. I didn't like come into the Olympics being like, can't wait to see ping
For
pong.
ping pong, yeah.
It came on and I was like, this is incredible. I mean, swimming is the obvious answer.
I
But,
I think that's how we felt about archery
whoa.
when we started watching the archery one. We were like,
We
wait,
tuned
kinda
in. It was the
hooked.
finals of China versus South Korea, and boy, was it a finale
Electric.
for the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
electric.
I gotta go watch the highlights. I like the shooting one.
The guy from
guy who's
from
like-
So
the
gangster.
Turkey.
Yeah. Who-
Everyone else in the
Yeah.
sharpshooting contest has all the sights
gear.
and all the gear,
Yeah.
and he's out there like as if he just got done like killing someone. I was like, yeah, I could.
I don't know if it's real or not, but I read some like lore about him that they said like he was like everyone else is talking about how much work they put into it, and he was like, I got into shooting because I got divorced, and he's like, I just want to see my kids again or something like that. It was
What
like,
country is he from?
I'm not
And
kidding.
my ex was like, you have to win an Olympic medal if
There
you want to
was
see your kids.
something like that where like in the interview about getting silver, he's like shout out to my ex-wife, like I'd like to see my kids soon or something like that. This must be
shit.
made up.
Damn,
Yeah.
How can you turn that down?
maybe we made that up.
He's
Ye-
Turkish.
Yusuf?
He's
Yusuf.
Turkish.
Turkish, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was badass.
That was cool. What else do I like? I mean,
Gymnastics.
I'm not. Yeah, I for
Interesting.
sure go off, but
Why do the men's of gymnastics on the floor not perform to music? What is that?
oh, mm.
It is interesting. They just do tumbling passes and they do like a dainty little spin to get
Yeah.
into their next
Like, is it-
position for the tumbling pass.
Why can't we just have music? Why is music too feminine for the men's gymnastics? I don't understand. Why can't we bring a creative spin to it? It's just like, no music. We just gotta do
We're
flips.
just
But yet they
mans.
kind of do like they tumble out of their things and they kind of do like a dainty turn. And so it's like, well, if you can do that turn, why can't we play some Drake?
Mm.
You know, or
some
something.
mad tunes.
Yeah, that's a good take. I like that take.
Or Kendrick
Well,
Lamar.
so
I
it
don't know.
says-
Have one country do Kendrick Lamar. Have the other
Mm.
country do Drake.
Ratings.
Whose side are you on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whose side are you on?
So men's floor routines were expected to emphasize strength instead versus like the movement and the flow.
Are they saying the women are weak because they have music? What the fuck?
Nick.
What the fuck?
I think it's just a standards thing.
I think they should
But-
change the standards.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I was watching the men's floor and I was like, I don't like
You were
where's the
kind of
music?
bored, right?
Suni Lee's music when she again back to what I was talking when she took bronze in the all around, that was one of the most inspiring
Mm.
motivational routines I had seen.
Nichols
Also-
in tears.
This is modern feminism right now from
It
Nick
was,
Viall.
but I'm being serious. It was like you got off your seat and you're like, fuck yeah. And like Simone's was equally as great. Well, the women's like floor, their choreographer is
Yeah.
so much better than all the other countries. Like there were some other countries where it was like they were doing like electric house and it was like it's not giving motivation. I don't know.
I liked the.
It was like Germany. What are you doing? I don't know.
Giving like underground rave. I
No,
think?
literally, it was. It was like, and then
That
Suni
kinda
Lee
checks
came
out.
on. I was like, "This is how you fucking do
Germany.
this
That
shit."
checks
I don't know if it was
Yeah.
Germany. I might be stereotyping the Germans out
Yeah.
there. Sorry if it was Germany. It also might have been Germany.
I liked the guy they brought in on the men's team to do the
pommel horse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But where it was like a ringer situation, like you bring him in for one thing,
one
Mhm.
event.
and then I watched it, and then the commentators are like they're basically like, if you're gonna get brought in for one event, you have to fucking crush that one thing. And then he got on, and they're like, he's doing it. It was that they made me hyped for it because I have obviously no idea
Yeah, you're like,
No,
what a
that's-
good
that
I
pommel
love
horse routine
all
is.
the- all the commentators from the obscure sports you've never watched before, and they're just like, "This is the most
Yeah.
amazing thing you've ever seen." You're like, "I don't know what I'm watching."
Yeah.
But fuck yes,
I know he did this one thing on the pommel horse, I guess it's called, and then the commentator's like, he like slipped a move there that's gonna cost him a point. And I'm like, don't say that. We don't know. Nobody knows anything. We
How
don't know
dare you?
anything.
He just flipped in the air 5,000 times and landed on his feet. What's costing him a point?
I don't know.
understand.
It's because he took a little step to the side.
I mean,
when
he took a
landed.
tiny little baby step.
Mm,
Mm.
okay. Anyways, The Bachelorette.
Bachelorette.
Who's your least favorite guy?
Oh God,
Or all of them.
there's
Here.
the one. Yeah, let me see.
Oh my god.
There's the one.
This is the name database.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So this guy, am I allowed to say things that happened on the episode that I
Yeah,
watched? This
absolutely.
guy got eliminated.
Mhm.
I thought it was funny. Thomas N. I did think it was funny how he kept
Yeah.
managing to never have time with her.
Yeah.
Like he was so into the notion of I'm here for the right reasons. I just want a connection, and then he was never with her. So I don't know if he's my least favorite,
You're
but
like,
He was
if-
definitely my
if
least
4 +
favorite. I think
4
he was
equals-
Jen's least favorite too.
I got a laugh out of that guy.
He was there for the boys for sure.
for sure. And then this Devin character seems to be very polarizing,
Mm.
but I don't have an issue
What
with
do
the
you
way
think
he
about
moves.
Sam M?
Sam N. Oh, that
Oh.
Right next to
Oh.
Devin,
that guy.
Our
People
sweet
don't like
talker.
that guy. I
our
think.
sweet talker.
Oh, there we
Did
go.
y'all realize that the I saw someone put it together on this one of the socials, but he the like you bother me is from The Choice,
What's the
What's the
choice?
What is the
choice?
choice?
the Nicholas Sparks movie. It's
And-
super underrated. It's
yeah,
not
clearly.
Clearly.
but apparently Sam
I
M
thought he
has
just read
watched
the
it.
Notebook.
And
Yeah.
he's like, I want you to bother me for the rest of your life. And it's like, that's the whole bit is like,
stole
you
it?
bother me. You bother me.
Of course, he read a fucking
He watched
obscure
the
Nicholas
movie.
Sparks
He watched the
fucking
movie.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
read.
watched,
That's-
he didn't read it.
definitely
He
didn't
watched the movie. And then he was like, that is a good line. And he went into The Bachelorette and he's like, you bother me. You
That
bother
actually
me.
makes sense because after Matthew went home, which by the way, I was super disappointed by the producers.
What making him give the announcement felt so weird.
Oh, well, actually, I thought the good. Actually, that was an opportunity for
liked
him. I
that.
thought he.
The
Well,
ex-
Like,
Is
swallowed
that-
his pride.
yeah,
and was like,
it
let me
was a
go
good
in
look-
here and say she didn't choose me.
It was a good look for him, but I'm just more like, why is it? mean, I guess just Jen didn't want him. Well, actually, well, we had Jen here last week, and she doubled down and insisted that he, in fact, paid for his flight. And after realizing now that Jen didn't keep him, I absolutely believe her. Last week, I was saying, also, I was dead wrong because I said I thought he would make it to the top 2, so way off there. But last week, I was just like, well, I thought she kept him, and part of my reasoning was like, you don't get on the show without doing the medical test or the psych test. But now that I know she didn't keep him, I'd be willing to bet he never took the psych test and never took the blood test, which tells me he never had a shot for her to keep him at all in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, had he called him up and was like, hey, I'm fucking coming. They're like, well, we're at this hotel. He's like, well, if you, and they could have been like, well, if you listen, and we're not going to stop you from showing up. And if you want to show up, we'll give you a chance to talk to her. That probably happened. And they showed up and had him talk to her, knowing full well, like, she wasn't gonna keep him, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know if he took a blood test or he took a psych test.
Blood?
I'm willing to,
They have to test his blood?
for him to be on the show. See, that's what I'm saying. There's a difference for everything we saw on the show. Like, everything that we saw him pull up, get out of the van, talk to Jen, talk to Jesse, then talk to the guys. Technically, that's not him being on the show. That's like anyone kind of an ex showing up. Like, everything they aired and everything he did, they can do. All they need from him is to sign a release. Like, hey, you're allowed to use my likeness and air it in any fucking way you want. He signed a release. But to join the show means like he's traveling with the show. To move into the house and become a part of the show, completely different scenario. And he doesn't need to do the blood work or the psych test to do everything he did. If Jen were to keep him and he joins the show and then he like stays in the room, now he's on the show, and to be on the show legally, he has to do the blood work and the psych test. And I'm really curious if he did either of those tests. I'm going to guess no, which tells me that Jen never intended to keep him in the first place. He actually showed up with not ever actually having a shot.
If that's true, that's an insane move, though. Like, I'm just trying to picture in the non-scripted dating world, like flying out to where your ex is and being like,
Well, he wouldn't have known.
I'm in love with
I'm ready to be engaged.
He probably wouldn't have known
It's
that.
an insane move.
But it's a weird thing to think that you never actually had a shot.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. I'd want to know if he had to take the psych or the blood test.
But I thought it was weird that when he went into the room to talk to them and tell them he was leaving,
I
forget.
You thought it was weird.
I thought,
It just felt awkward.
There was a moment too where, like, I think the guys on the couch, I don't remember exactly what they said, but one of them was like, we got her, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was Sam M.
Sam M.
That's what I'm saying.
What does he say?
It was the dumbest.
He was like, I got something I gotta say.
Yeah,
and then he said literally
like,
nothing at all. It was
He's
the
like,
dumbest fucking thing.
we got a lot of good guys here, and so yeah, we're gonna leave you in the past buddy. Like,
Yeah,
No,
leaving
he goes, he's
like
just like, well, if Jen were to keep you, I just want to, it's just like, I'm not scared of you, even if you did join the show, but you're not joining the show, so fuck off. And it's just like, well, he's not joining
He
the
was
show.
like, I'm happy to see you leave, my boy, or something
yes,
like that.
that's what it
Yeah, and it
was.
was so
Yeah,
awkward.
yeah.
It was
Hit
such
him
like
with
a
the my
weird
boy.
thing to say. He's literally leaving and like very gracefully being like, she chose you. I showed up with the best of intentions. I knew the girl. I wanted to shoot my shot. Sorry you're all freaking out and super jealous of the fact that I have a history with this girl. But like, I'm just going to bow out gracefully. And then like Sam having, a very kind of apparently low self-esteem about himself. It can only be the
He's
only
probably
explanation.
he would probably medal in pole vaulting, I feel like.
I doubt it.
Based
Oh
on
yeah,
the
said
way-
yeah, he would definitely medal.
based on the way he was talking.
He would definitely, yes, based on how he was talking. And if he's not coming preloaded with a Nicholas Sparks quote, then he like doesn't know what he's
We've got
supposed to say.
nothing.
He's got
You
really
bother
nothing.
me.
It was just a really mean thing
You
to say
bother
to
me.
someone who was just like,
That's the thing
I-
is he came in so like in a way that felt
okay,
so
guys, I dressed up
non-threatening.
for you and now I'm going
Yeah.
to go.
He's
Yeah.
like, hey, I just want to come in here like a man. The guy's like, leave the past in the past, bitch.
Yeah.
Pussy ass motherfucker.
You
Like,
stupid.
And
whoa.
honestly, the one who's really won me over is Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
He probably hates that you say his name like that.
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy sounds like Jeremy. Like
How
a
do you say
germ.
it? Jeremy?
Jeremy.
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 Thank
Jeremy.
you.
Jeremy.
No, Jeremy is different than Jeremy.
Jeremy's
There's
terrible.
an E in between the R and the M.
Jeremy.
There you go.
Jeremy. Anyway, he's really won me over.
Jeremy's the
Yeah.
one that Jen said made him laugh later on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She had a,
But she never had a dull moment with him.
he was the one that surprised her the most. That's what she she said.
Mhm.
Yeah, his interest gave kind of like, oh, I don't know. maybe-
Austin looks like he loves a Morgan Wallen concert.
Well,
That's
Austin is the one who sent himself
he looks
home.
like.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
He's the one who was like,
gotta
we
go- you
haven't
gotta
had
catch
any
Morgan
time
Wallen on
together,
tour.
so I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And that's when she was like, I feel like I'm not enough because Austin is leaving. And then we struggled the rest.
I
of
did kind of when he left. I don't know if I liked it, but there was some part of me that respected. I don't know why. He was just kind of like, I'm out. He did not make a huge deal.
No,
of it.
I thought it was also really lazy producing by the show.
Mm.
Which
What-
part? Like his
explain.
reasoning or how he went about it?
No, just the whole Jen's reaction, that whole montage, and then you hear one of the producers say something. Well, have you told the men this? Like this confession about like I know, I get it. Like they have a little bit to work with, and they're trying. Like I think they accomplished the opposite of what they set out to, and I think what they set out to is somehow make Jen seem to be like vulnerable and empowering. It's
Mhm.
just like, how is this empowering for your bachelorette? A guy who clearly she has no connection with. She doesn't like him enough to give him a one-on-one.
Spent zero time together.
Spend zero time together. The other guy she had no like one-on-one time with also went home at the end of this episode. So like this guy read the room a little bit and
Mhm.
like Johnny said, pointed out, it's like, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna bow out gracefully instead of like letting, just like, okay,
Yeah.
bye, and like, yeah, I get it. No one wants to be broken up with, even if you don't like them. But like, why they make, it's just like, let your bachelorette like not lose herself because some nobody guy who she's not interested in like leave on his own accord and show your bachelorette in a light where she crumbles inside and loses all like self-esteem
Mm.
because of
I agree with you.
some guy she has no connection with leaves. Like that diminishes her strength or like how we're seeing
I
it.
would have rather seen this side of Jen in a completely different context.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like I'm so glad we got to see this side of her.
Sure.
I'm glad she got to express that like this is something that she struggles with and letting this guard down and letting people see that she's not confident all the time and that she does sometimes not feel enough. Like that's relatable. That's important. But the response of it being to Austin leaving, it was like
it made no sense. It was
yeah,
so
it was like,
forced.
this is the reaction I want to see from Austin leaving is like, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
and
a
I-
bad bitch. I don't like you're right. We didn't have a connection. Like you were gonna probably go home tonight anyway. So
Totally.
anyways, let's go back to my men. Like
Exactly.
that's what I wanted to see in this moment.
Yeah, like isn't it like I feel like this portrays her in a very stereotypical bad light where it's just like, no, you need to cry because one random fucking guy
Yeah.
rejected you. It's like, who gives a fuck
That's a good
about this
point.
guy?
Mhm.
And I don't blame Jen at all because I know when this happened, she probably was like, even her response was like, oh, literally, that was her response. Oh, okay. She didn't like fight for it. She didn't like really make a whole scene, but after he left, she got into a fucking chair and then they were probably, well, how does that make you feel? Because that's how they ask, anything that happens. It's always, how does it make you feel? And she was
Mhm.
probably like, yeah, I mean, honestly, we probably just weren't meant to be. It's just like, well, are you sure? I mean, what is it like for someone to just decide that like you're not their person? They probably just wouldn't fucking drop it. It was such a forced storyline and it's just like lazy fucking producing. And it's like the low-hanging fruit when someone goes home. That's not good storytelling. That's not good producing. It's just, it's not painting your bachelorette in a good light. It's just, ugh.
It
Yes.
should have happened later in the season.
Yes.
Like for Joey when Lexi left, it was like later when we knew she was one of the tops.
Yes, make it over like a real meaningful
Yeah.
moment where like, there's a million different ways someone can show their vulnerability. Not when someone we barely seen all season have no connection with your lead decide to like save face and leave. It just paints Jen in a way that is, that makes her, where she cares.
Superficial.
Yeah, it's superficial.
Yeah,
Like,
if
why
she's-
would they want their bachelorette to look superficial? And again, I blame the producers, not our lead.
I mean, if she had, like this is a modern Raya dating right there. She's got 13 matches on Raya. One of them
Still
just
good to go.
unmatches with her. You got 12 more to go.
The main
And
thing
this
is
One
this
just
is-
unmatches with
This
her.
is what the lineup looks like too, probably.
Yeah, that's the
This
equivalent of is like
yeah,
someone she like forgot is in her Rolodex, unmatched with her, and she was like, "Oh,
She's like, I'm
cool."
unlovable. Yeah.
yeah." And now they're yes, it's It's very superficial. Who are they filming?
But as for good matches, Jonathan got a one-on-one this week. They did a helicopter ride. And
That
then,
gave very winter energy.
oh, yeah. And their sit down at dinner and him being completely forthcoming with a story that's tough to tell, I feel like, with having a toxic relationship and whatnot. I thought that his transparency was very admirable.
And last week, Jen, when we asked her what's a life like with, we picked 4 frontrunners of that we thought when Jonathan came up, she mentioned kids.
I thought the one-on-ones, because I remember he talked about, I think his ex had like substance abuse issues or stuff, but so much of their like time to get real with you and open up in vulnerability was about substance stuff. And like, as somebody who is sober, like I was like, some of it did rub me the wrong way.
How so?
I don't know. I don't know if it was his specifically, but just sort of the amount of general conversation where it was like a parent of mine or like a loved one, and it's people them talking about other people's
Actually,
things.
thank you for bringing that up. I actually said this to Natalie last night. I'm like, The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, whatever the respective franchise, has really become a place where you just fucking dump on your family or friends or exes.
I didn't love that. Like if I just put myself personally in someone's shoes where maybe it was someone who was like talking about maybe their dad or 3 months sober or something.
It was Grant talking about his dad. That's when I said it was just like, man, damn, it's just like your dad's going through it.
That's it's sweet. I don't want to like completely condemn it. Like it's nice to be proud of your parent for being sober, but also like that is such a sensitive topic, and like not saying that going on, The Bachelorette doesn't mean you should be sensitive, but like that's just not your thing to tell. It was if somebody I was very close to when I was 3 months sober was talking about it, I would be like, please do not do that. That's
was going on a national
on reality TV
show.
Yeah. Even like, and it's just that I wasn't, and it happened so many times in that episode. There was like multiple.
That is unfortunately the show, and unfortunately, instead of getting away from it, they've only leaned into it more over the years. I don't know why, but you're right. Like it is, and when you think about it, you take these cast people who come on and pressure them into coming up with a tragic story, and if they have one, you almost pressure them into like tell their story at the risk of violating loved ones like personal space and certain boundaries, just so that you endear yourself to like the audience and or the lead. It's just like
in Jonathan's, he talked about it with his ex.
With his ex-girlfriend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're all doing it. It's like they all have to throw someone under the bus. And it's like, it's a little bit, when it's an ex, you can be like, well, I had an ex and we all have multiple exes. It's a little different. But when it's like family members, it's a little like, it's.
I didn't realize he was 2 months sober either.
Well, even if it was 2, but
I'm just saying it's just it's also so fresh too that I'm like I didn't realize.
That's when you're that's like life or death time in sobriety. It's when it's like very, very, very important. So it just that definitely it rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But I guess I shouldn't.
It was the first time I was disappointed in Devin this episode. I really hate his reaction to Matthew potentially staying. I'm gonna leave.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'll just finish by saying this: like, if it's you and you're sober, go ahead. You're entitled to talk about it.
It's tough. Again, I blame the show more than like not to completely take any accountability away from these guys, but I think the show needs to do like it's.
What do you? How is it? I don't understand how it's the show's fault. I mean, I think that's like they know that they need to have some story to tell.
I think that's the problem, though,
because they normalize telling other people's stories so much. I'm not saying the men are completely let off the hook. I'm not saying that, but the show has normalized these types of stories so much that when they go into this atmosphere, disconnected from their support group and disconnected from their family, they are often like encouraged to open up and be vulnerable, and often if they are resistant it's like suggested that you're really doing a good thing by opening up and blah 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 blah, and that in some cases might be true, but in some cases like it might be a violation of some personal trust or thing, and it's just like I mean it's become so normalized, and it's almost become like this golden ticket to like more airtime.
It's like I almost would like to see a season where people don't specifically trauma dump like on their one-on-ones, like maybe just like enjoy your dinner and have like a nice conversation, but that just won't happen.
That's what I always think about when I watch these shows, and especially the one-on-one moments. I'm like, what would this look like if it was an actual date? because it's not an actual date. There's cameras
Yeah,
on you.
yeah.
It's a whole, that's just not a date. That's not what a real date is. So
Mhm.
like,
And you like sell the best version of yourself on the
or
first
like,
date.
yeah, where
like,
you're like, and I
You're
guess
like,
they
I'm
know
mentally
each other.
stable and I've nothing's ever bad happened
Yeah,
to me.
or
And
if it's
I'm
like,
amazing.
yeah, my red flag, someone's guy's like, I'll be honest, like I'm a bad texter. You know, what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is
now my
versus
dad left me, and this is what I'm left with.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, they get into some minor flaws or red flags or icks that they think they might have, to say in a joking manner. And even if the lead was like, well, I just want to know, like, it's like we only have a limited amount of time here, and just want to, if you have any like really difficult times you had to go through, I would have loved a contestant to be like, listen, I hear you. But this is still our first date, and if we do end up together, I'm guessing like I might get one more, and so like I'd rather just like spend our time now getting to know each other, and if I do get more time with you down the road, like I'll open up then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love
Like
to
real
see
life.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Could you
what the hell do you have
imagine?
left to talk about after you're on the show with someone too? Like you do end up with them. You're like, I've trauma dumped everything I've got with you now. Like,
Well,
what's
now
your
And I
favorite
threw it
TV
at you
show?
as a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Now it's like it used to be like a second date thing, It's like
Yeah.
for the people who like really make it, and it's just like, all right, now the second date has become, like a really kind of get to know you. Now it's the first date, and it's like, all right, so like it's the nighttime portion. Okay, so anyways,
Yeah.
death.
Yeah. It's basically like, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to me? And then let's go make out in fake rain. Like that's, I feel like that's
I thought
kind
the
of
favorite
always-
was kind of good though.
Did
Yeah.
you? Oh
Did you?
God.
Well, it
I
gave
did
winner.
not.
It,
It's
they,
the cue.
You said that about Jonathan's date.
Wait, that Jonathan had the fake rain. Grant didn't have the fake rain.
One of them had really
Jonathan
fake
had
rain.
fake
Jonathan
rain.
had the
Jonathan's
fake
had fake rain.
Yeah.
is
Jonathan
her-
and her ran around the vineyard doing cartwheels and playing hide and seek.
Okay, wait. Can we
That
talk
was
about
cute
this?
though.
I loved that moment where it was like they get there and she's like, there was that moment of like, that internet meme where it's like, you're so random, babe. Like you'll like, and then they like jump and do like a 180 or something, and you're like, what? That's just somebody being weird. Where she was like, I might just do a cartwheel right now, and he was like, like go off. This is crazy. You're so funny.
Go off.
It felt that part where I was like, they really need to just turn the cameras off of these people sometimes. Like just let them interact.
Just like, let them interact, feel a
Yeah.
little comfortable, and then put the cameras on them.
He's very good at cartwheels though.
She was
That's
also,
Nick's take.
in a
Nick's
dress.
I
take.
can't do a
Right.
cartwheel.
She was in a
I
dress,
definitely can't.
so I think maybe she did struggle a little
Did
bit.
she do a cartwheel in a dress?
She did a cartwheel in
She
a
did a
dress.
cartwheel.
That
His was
feels-
like very good though. Yeah.
I feel like he also.
What'd you do on
took-
your one-on-one, man? I
he-
showed her my
I did
cartwheel.
a cartwheel and we played hide and seek.
Yeah.
I feel
Hide and
like
seek,
I
that's
feel like the hide and seek he took really serious, and he was like hidden.
Okay, but let me throw this back at
He
you.
buries himself in dirt.
Marco,
She's like, no, actually, where the fuck are you?
he just never comes back. My
Sends
my
himself
question
home.
is, you're on a date. Like, try and take the context out of it. You're on like a second or third date, and the guy's like, let me show you my cartwheel, and then I'm gonna take hide and seek super seriously. Be like, oh, I went on a date with a serial killer, or like
6-year-old.
a child. Like, what
you
is
go
happening?
back home and you're like, your friends like, how was the date? And you're like, okay, well, so I got there, and he was like,
yeah.
here's the
I ripped a
cartwheel.
sick fucking cartwheel, and
He ripped
that's
the cartwheel,
basically,
and then we played hide and seek
all your friends are like, "Oh,
together.
you did the cartwheel thing again." Okay, yeah.
And
no.
then we stood in some fake rain.
Yeah, then he like got a hose out and started.
he started.
And he
like,
pulled up this video of him pole vaulting. It was kind of weird.
Look out.
He pulled up a video of
He
him
kept
pole
pulling up
vaulting.
this one video.
Yeah, he was saying like that's why he didn't win the
So do you like
Olympics
pole
or
vault?
something.
Hey, babe. Yeah, you big
Yeah.
fan of pole vaulting?
But I
don't
do
know.
think
Imagine
Jonathan.
that being your trauma story. I didn't win the Olympics. I came
That'd be
that close.
incredible.
I
Have you ever
do
been close
think
to winning and not winning?
Yeah,
I have.
that's the lead in.
I do
You're-
think Jonathan's the winner.
I hope so.
I do
Jonathan.
too, yeah.
Mhm.
The hide and seek cartwheel.
Yeah,
It's the only one
I
she
can
has
see that.
any chemistry with whatsoever.
I feel like the Devin guy is gonna make it far.
I
Yeah,
think he'll
no,
make it far too. I
they
just
like-
don't think he'll win.
He'll make it far. He makes it fun for her. He gives very like good runner up, which is
Mm.
like he's easy to talk to. He's easy to be around.
Here's my question:
She
Do they
doesn't have to marry him. She doesn't even have to fuck him.
do they do they still do the format where like one of these guys will be the Bachelor next year? Is that the
That's
format?
generally their playbook, but that's a great. We asked Jen the very similar question, which is like, who's giving Bachelor out of these?
Because I was about to say it, none of these guys give.
I have a.
Bachelor.
I
Kind of
don't
how
really
we feel,
see Bachelor.
Maybe Austin. Who did?
The guy
Maybe
who
maybe
couldn't say
Marcus. I mean, Devin maybe could be
Jonathan could be a good one, but
What if
he
it's
might
Brett?
be taken.
Thomas.
Jonathan, maybe.
What
I
if
don't
it's
know.
Brett? What if they bring back Brett because everyone was like, we love Brett so
Honestly,
much, and they make him
Brett
The
is one
Bachelor.
of my favorite men from this season. I still haven't gotten
went
a good
home night
answer
one.
why he went home night one.
I don't even remember who
exactly.
is Brett.
He was the only guy who didn't have a washboard stomach.
Okay, so
and,
yeah,
and the internet quite appreciated the
yeah. Let me see Brett.
the
Diversity.
diversity in the.
And we interviewed him, and he's so charming, and he's so funny, and he was such
Go
a
off,
vibe, and we were
Brett.
like, "This is so fun."
This guy looks sick. Yeah.
Sick.
And he looks like he has a hairy chest. Jen said she likes hairy chest, and
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait.
truly like wondering.
This guy got sent. This guy
Night
got sent home
Night
night
one.
one.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
That
I think he should be Bachelor. Yeah, for sure.
The truth is, I think it would get more hype with him as the Bachelor than any of these guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Mm.
agree.
It's a weak cast of men.
If Jen
No,
doesn't,
sorry guys. I mean, sorry.
if Jen doesn't
Shiz.
pick Jonathan, then it would be Jonathan. But we would assume she would. So I'm like, yeah, Brett would be the front
Agreed.
runner.
You know,
And nothing
Sam
against
M
Jonathan,
thinks
but
it's
he's
him.
not screaming like.
It could be Sam M.
Sam M thinks it's him.
Sam
He's
M
like,
definitely thinks it's him.
Yeah.
He's like,
Sam
I am
M.
giving
Oh,
Bachelor.
that guy. No.
Yeah, he's like, these lines.
Oh
I'm
no,
giving,
I
I'm
would-
Bachelor.
he
He's
went
performing
in.
for
Oh,
Bachelor.
he thinks he's the Bachelor.
100%.
He absolutely thinks he's got it in the bag.
I would watch Thomas N's season of The Bachelor.
Oh.
I would absolutely watch that. It'd be him constantly being
Oh,
like,
I would too.
I love this girl, and then just hiding in a room
It
somewhere.
would be him like pulling
Grabbing
all
their
of the
arms.
girls. Yeah, we need to
Oh, no.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the activity they did with the sheep, with the farmers. I
Yes.
loved the guy. My favorite moment of the entire episode was when they do the like sheep herding thing. None of them can figure out how to open the gate, and then it's like a hard cut to him being like, "Well, not a lot of intelligence in this group."
Yes.
And like they cut to Jen, and like I think she's
She kind of have a face
was
too.
like-
She was
was
like,
"Oh shit."
okay.
Well, she was also joining
In
them
the
at
group.
the
That's why
herding,
I-
and
that's why
she
she
didn't
said
think
that.
to open the gate either. So
That was kind of hard to watch. I would say I was like, these are grown men.
Well, a lot of the things they have these grown men do on this show are meant to make you feel a little uncomfortable.
Mm.
Mhm.
But sheep herding, I feel like you just open a gate.
manure picking up.
Yeah, that was.
They had to do that on my season.
They
You
picked up
did
manure?
sheep herding?
Yeah, we went to a farm, picked up manure, literally.
You did.
We all did.
You did.
I love that. The sheep farmers are like, cool, free labor. Let's go.
Yeah, and then just so
Like, you wanna-
disappointed.
You
We
want
did
to
a
film at
cheese
our
hill
property?
run,
Great.
you know?
Yeah,
That's
they're like,
cool.
we
Shit.
actually haven't picked up shit in weeks preparing for y'all.
That's so weird. Like, why not just take them to a escape room or something? Like, do something. I don't know.
Listen, you know, they have
They run out of ideas.
They
I'm
run out of
sure.
ideas. They've done the
Like, back
escape
to the sheep.
room. You know, they're in Auckland. It's like, what do you do in Auckland? You
I
know,
guess,
you go to a
yeah.
sheep farm.
Why are they in Auckland? Is there a reason?
Probably the tourism board said, come on
Yeah, cheaper. Yeah,
down here and
we'll pay for
Because
it.
the producer didn't book the Airbnb, so they had to just get on a flight next episode.
Wait, what?
Did you not see that they started this season not at the Bachelor Mansion? They
they were
used
filming a porn.
Hummingbird
Oh.
Nest
I don't know. I
instead.
I think my cousin got married at the Bachelor Mansion. I think
It
that's
is
true
not.
story.
It is a house that is not owned by the show, and I don't think I'm making a porn part, but I think they shoot other things there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
My,
and I think it has been some adult filming at times.
Okay.
maybe.
Like, have you seen something?
Yeah,
Like,
let's get in-
and you're like,
let's get
tracking
into
it.
it.
I'm
sorry.
like,
This
what do
setting.
you-
yeah.
I'm like,
What
wait
have
a
you come
second, didn't I
across?
fall in love in this room?
Okay.
I know my
I'll
wife
see
is
myself out.
watching the video. I know my wife is in this video. I mean, room.
I'm like, I'm in the fucking kitchen.
Oh god.
Sarah has
so-
a point though. They've been in Auckland for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Well, the
Like, I
whole
feel like-
season seems to be in that
Exactly. Yeah.
region of the country.
Like Joey's season, there was like 5 different trips, right?
Yeah, they don't. Well, because they usually will go to Europe, and then like Europe is,
Yeah.
like the United States.
I feel like we typically got at least like a week or two in the mansion, and then it would be like,
Yeah.
because
But
it'd
now
be like pool
it's-
party with the Bachelorette, and
but they
then
didn't have the mansion,
They
so they're
don't
like,
have-
let's just take them to fucking Australia and then go to
Stay in the
New
hotel.
Zealand.
Yeah. They don't have this. I'm so out of the loop, and I recognize this, but like they don't have the guy who got canceled. I think the guy who used to be
Chris
the
Harrison.
host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have Jesse Palmer, who, I'm glad you actually brought him up because, like, and I love Jesse, but boy, I love it when he's talking to whoever the lead is, and he's like, he talks, it's always like in this Batman kind of whisper voice.
Yeah.
It is,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Raspy.
Jen, whatever you do, this could change everything forever. Looks
He's just
at the
reading.
camera.
He's just reading a cue
You know,
card back there. Yeah.
It's like he's like
Just
talks
no.
as if he's giving advice, but at the same time saying nothing at all. So like whatever you do, like don't fuck up
Yeah.
because it would totally ruin your life.
He's like, yeah, no, I definitely did not think about this once
yeah,
at all.
sorry. Oh,
It's a good gig to get though. That
Hell
gig.
yeah.
Oh no,
Hosting-
great gig. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he's
he
probably
travels with the show. Yeah,
dope.
and again, Jesse doing a great bang up job. It's like you.
What
never,
is he from? What did he do?
He was like the second or third Bachelor ever.
He's
Oh.
the reason they don't eat on dates.
Yeah, he mentioned that last week. But this was a
what?
when
Why?
because they showed all the footage. He was eating with and like talking with his mouth full and
Oh.
It's when
Stuffing his
they,
face.
he was the Bachelor when they casted semi-famous people before. Like Jesse was never on the Bachelorette,
Got it.
so it was the early seasons where they would find like it's when Jerry O'Connell's brother
That's awesome.
was the Bachelor. So like,
I
and
didn't
Jesse
even know
Palmer
that.
was like the third string quarterback of the New York Giants, and he never played.
We need to
but
bring this back.
He was an NFL quarterback, you
they
know.
do.
And
I
like
think for
Andrew
the next
Firestone
season.
was the Bachelor.
Yeah. I
He
knew
was
him a
like
little bit,
someone
yeah.
who had like a famous family name, but like
Yeah.
you know, the illusion of being like the heir of the Firestone family, even though like they didn't have anything to do with the tires at that
Oh,
point.
yeah.
It was like they owned
It's
a
a
winery
brewery. Yeah.
or something.
By Santa Barbara.
So it was like these like G-list celebrities, you know. It's kind of good. It's kind of a good.
I would watch
era.
like imagine there's like a Pete Davidson Bachelor season.
Pete Davidson's brother,
Yeah. I guess that's what we'd get. Yeah.
or has a sister maybe.
He has a
She's
sister.
gonna
We
be
follow
back.
each other on Instagram.
Oh, go off.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Anyways,
What
is that-
about? Wait, tell me. I want to ask about Love Island. What do I need to know about Love Island?
you
You
should
need to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
need to
it.
watch it.
Got my answer.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's,
It's
It's
so
really
good.
good.
Just shut up and watch it.
Just
be
shut up.
quiet.
Stop asking questions.
Yeah. It's not
It's
your
really
problem.
Very
good.
captivating. It has a lot of the if you're looking for less staged, more organic reality TV, look to Love Island.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it in passing. I asked my roommate, I'm like, wait, they're going to another.
It's also 5 days a week.
Yeah, that's too much.
Is it 5?
No, it's 6 days.
6 days,
with
but
after
6 is
sun.
after sun, so
Yeah.
nobody watches
And
that.
they have a US version of it, right?
This is the US
This is-
version. that
This
we're
is the
talking
US
about,
version.
The UK version.
I think
Shout
they
out
asked me.
America.
yeah, go America.
Team USA.
I believe one of the first few seasons that I got like a DM from a producer, like, would you be interested? And I was like,
To be
on it. I want on it. This was years ago, I think, because
Mm.
it's been out for a couple years,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
well, they did have Odell Beckham Jr.'s brother on,
I don't. Yeah,
he won.
He won.
Yeah.
he
Oh,
wins.
and he's like
Cordell,
seems like the greatest guy ever.
cutest
You would
human
never have thought that this was the brother of a celebrity
Mm,
like yourself.
yes.
Seemed like a really great, genuine sweetheart of a
Oh.
person. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even message back, but I remember thinking like, that's just like I would
As
suck
Are your
Someone-
DMs closed now after
to,
that?
to the
for-
producer.
Well, that's a good question. Other than love, like, as someone who grew up in Hollywood, in the limelight, having a famous dad, you have almost certainly been offered a long list of opportunities that I'm guessing many of which you had to turn down. Some of which were obvious, like absolutely fucking not, and then others were probably like, you know, there's a world in which that kind of sounds like a lot of fun, but like, ugh, I definitely would rather just like lean into me being a successful writer / actor in Hollywood. But like, is there any other opportunity other than like falling in love on Love Island that like you were asked to do,
Mm,
but like begrudgingly and reluctantly kind of turned down because you thought maybe this isn't the right path for me?
that's a good question. I don't know if there's any that I've ever regretted turning down.
not
There's
necessarily
been-
regretted, but like wondered.
I think the closest I've come to that without saying what they are specifically is like, I know at the sigh is like people's podcasts or like things. I feel like you'll be able to figure this out, but like things that I know I shouldn't be associated with, but I was like, oh, I'd have so much fun doing that. It's never been a show or anything, or even like, I don't know if I wouldn't do, like, I would like go probably like be at, you know, a Vanderpump location while they were filming and just maybe like not sign the release or something. But I don't, the truth is I think once you get to a certain point where I'm at with my career and even just like how old I am and how I have not done anything like that, they kind of assume you're not
No,
going
I
to
know,
do it.
but-
But there was moments. I think my favorite is my mom has been asked, you know, multiple times to be like a Real Housewife, and
Ooh.
Wow.
my family's always like,
Oh,
No.
they would love
no,
that.
no,
They
no,
would
no.
love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
she'd be so
Would she make a good housewife?
Here's the thing. It would be all or nothing. She would either
Mhm.
be like one of the single greatest reality TV characters ever, or she'd be like a one and done. If she behaved like her normal self on camera, she'd be a global celebrity, I believe. But I think she would not know how to do that because we've put cameras on her before. Like she's had to be, like we did like what Celebrity Family Feud or something, and she's like she gets very tense. But if she wasn't tense, my mom is what the love her. Shout out to my mom. Is one of the
Yeah, are you throwing your mom under the bus here? Like,
I'm not throwing my mom under the bus. She's just I know. I'm like
She'd be
oh,
good
God.
TV.
She would be incredible TV, incredible because
Did
my
you-
family revolves around her.
Who did you compete against in Celebrity Family Feud?
I think it was Terrence Howard and
His
yes,
family.
yeah,
Did
kind
you
of.
guys win or lose?
We won, and we crushed Yeah, that was so fun. Steve Harvey was funny, but that look, we said yes to that.
Natalie really
That's
wants.
that's like a
Natalie's
dream of
Well,
mine.
it was my mom's dream. She watches it every day, and my dad surprised her for her birthday, and so we were like, we fully tricked her too. We said we were driving her to LA to do like a photo shoot with the family, so like get your hair and makeup done, and then she kind of only figured it out when we pulled into like the Grove parking
Kind of like
lot.
how I proposed to Natalie.
Kinda.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Give her a fake glam assignment.
Could you imagine if instead of Tom Cruise, you're like, it'll be Steve Harvey?
I knew, babe.
Yeah.
I knew not to do that.
You knew.
And also it was Tom Hanks.
That's what I meant.
Tom
That's what I
Hanks.
meant. Tom Hanks.
I made her think they were going to a Tom Hanks movie premiere.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
a safe bet. There's a lot of Tom Hanks movies
And
coming
no
out.
disrespect
It
to Tom
was-
Hanks, but I knew that Natalie wouldn't be like, but are we still meeting Tom Hanks?
Yeah, like after the
You
fact, I
know?
wouldn't be like, what?
If it was Chet Hanks, maybe.
If it was
Yeah.
Chetna, I should say.
no.
But like if it was Steve Harvey, she would have been like, so wait, we're not
Yeah,
meeting
where the
Steve
fuck
Harvey?
is Steve
Yeah,
Harvey? Yeah,
so-
that's a real letdown. You
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I think we're wrapping it up. Johnny, it's always a pleasure, my friend.
So fun. So
Always
fun.
great seeing you. Congratulations on season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Unstable.
I should promote
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I have a second season of our show, Unstable. Season 2 on Netflix now. Go watch it. It's very funny.
It's great. It's also top 10 on Netflix.
It's also top 10, so trust the people.
And if you haven't watched season 1 yet, super fun, easy watch. Go back.
Yeah, it's a quick.
binge season
Thank you.
1.
I should do a better job promoting my show. It's quick. It's fun. It's easy. There's my dad and I play father and son, and we're living out our real trauma on television. It's very fun to watch.
When you watch season 1, I at first thought it was like a documentary of your guys' life.
At
and
times,
then I realized, holy shit, oh no, okay, it's just a scripted show.
Well, because I'm writing it, so at times it is, it's scripted, but we're living out like real trauma. It's probably bad for me and my long-term mental health, but you know what?
My therapist disagrees with everything.
My,
they're
my
doing,
therapist
but-
honestly is constantly like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah, it's so fun.
I'm just so random. Yeah, I didn't see.
a cartwheel.
Here, babe. Here's my cartwheel.
It pays the bills.
Yeah.
Well, I love seeing you being as successful as you are, and can't wait to see what's next. But everyone, go watch season 2 of Unstable. It's amazing. It's great. It's on Netflix. And where can they follow you?
Oh, on Instagram, I suppose. That's it. Maybe Twitter. I guess I don't really post on there that much.
Johnny Lowe.
Johnny Lowe.
Johnny Lowe. That's
Okay.
that's what I am.
DMs are closed.
Not Johnny
know.
_Lowe .25.
No, I got
minor.
in there early. Yeah, no,
There you
I
go.
think it might have been underscore at one point. Johnny Lowe.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you back on Thursday. We'll be talking, Real Housewives of Orange County, the finale of New Jersey, so much more, a little bit more Olympic coverage, and some things you are definitely going to want to tune in for. It's going to be a surprise. I'll see you then. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.